Looks like we got a new friend!
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Completely Legitimate Business, featuring this amazing crew. Before we go around, let's do some station announcements, social links, Twitter, Discord, YouTube. Go and check them all out. You can catch this up on YouTube. You can go and request a game on Twitter, and you can be part of the community on Discord. In addition to that, we have a Patreon. You can support us over there for as little as $1. Please do check it out. We have merch over on Redbubble. We have sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing and Magehand Press, who bring you the Dark Matter system expansion that we'll be playing today. And we will also have a tweet where every 10 retweets you can give us a Dark Matter trinket. You also check out the panels for a few other sponsors where we have some promotional codes, but you can go get yourself some discounts. But first, let's go round and meet this lovely crew. Let's start with the wonderful DM, Lindy. Oh, hi!
Oh, hi! I'm Laughlove Lindy, and I will be DMing these wonderful space shenanigans. I'm super excited because, space shenanigans. It's what more could there be? I've done a lot of thinking for this campaign, and I'm really excited to see to meet your characters this episode, to see which of the many directions I have thought of to kind of somewhat attempt to steer the shenanigans. We will see what actually happens, because with Johnny Deep on board, no one actually knows what's going to happen.
Thank God one of us knows how to steer. If only it's the DM.
If only. We'll find out.
And Captain Lysander now.
I decided that as a captain, I may need to know how to steer the ship a little.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not for any particular reason, I'm sure.
Johnny
Yeah.
said he could for a while, but we don't trust that.
I know my way around a ship. Well, why don't we introduce ourselves? Let's go around to not so speed runs. First, we'll go clockwise around, finishing on me.
Hello. My name is Speedy. You can find me everywhere at Not So Speedruns. Today I'll be playing as a robot called Junker, or Junk R. whichever you prefer. And he is, or they are, you know, just out here doing what they can, scrapping stuff, making stuff out of that scrap, and then making stuff into scrap with that stuff that he made out of scrap. So I'm looking forward to getting to know this scrappy little crew.
Fantastic. Next around, we have the wonderful Marcy Vellon. Oh, hi.
Hi, I am Marcy, and today I will be playing Captain Lysander Fox, who is an Aragonasai Star Warlock from the Mage Hand Press Dark Matter content. I also, well, she started off as a rogue, and she's a criminal.
What could possibly go wrong? Next around, we welcome Sassy with Sander. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi! So I am going to be playing Ish today, and she is a sassy, fierce, near human fighter who likes to hit things. And that's pretty much what she is.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And of course, I'll be reprising the role of Johnny Deep. How he truly got into space. I guess finally one of them giant octopuses managed to suck him off the edge. And he was probably floating through space until he found this sorry crew. The whole captain thing, we'll discuss that later. Lindy, take us on an adventure.
Yes. So first, before we get to delve too deep into the campaign, I would love to get to know a little bit about each of your characters first, so that way we can feel a little more connected as we begin the story. So let's start off with our captain. You have the criminal background, so tell me a little bit about what Captain Lysander Fox's life was before she inherits the completely legitimate.
So Captain Lysander Fox was not always a captain. At some point, she was just part of a crew that was arrested for piracy. And she dedicated herself to serving the sun god as sort of a penance for that. Low-level crew was generally overlooked, but she didn't want to spend years in prison, so she went to the good old Church of the Sun instead, where she was approached by a power from beyond the realm of this world, and was given the ability to shoot fire from every pore in her body. As one
Always a
does,
useful skill.
right?
Mm-hmm. And so we'll go from the lovely Lysander Fox to Junker. What was your life like before the completely legitimate?
Well, for some background on Mage Hand lore, the Vect race is a race of robots. They were created by the dwarves as intelligent but non-sentient beings that they mostly used for maintenance and building stuff and whatever else they wanted them to do. And then suddenly one day, all of them became sentient at once, and the forge that was their hive mind thing disappeared, and no one knew what happened to it. And suddenly every robot who had previously just been a slave was awake. Junk R, who had been working as a maintenance droid on a planet just outside of the dwarven homeworld, was forced to flee as the dwarves were afraid of a robot uprising or whatever they might hold, along with a dwarven companion who thought that it would be better to try and protect these droids. They ran until they found a nice little home for themselves, a scrapyard in an obscure part of the galaxy. Together, they lived, worked, sold scrap, made scrap, whatever it took to survive and sort of stay off the grid. That was a long time ago now. And Junkar is left alone in the scrapyard to tend to the rusting scrap metal of old ships and bots strewn about. and awaits perhaps some distant adventure.
Excellent, excellent. And then from our fantastic robots, let's hop over to Ish. What was your life like before? Completely legitimate.
So, Ish is a low worlder. So she's definitely from the outskirts, and in her world, she knew what spaceships were, but she was never given the opportunity to participate or to really see that firsthand. So she's only been in the realm of extreme technology for about a year because she stowed away on one ship that landed on her hometown, and it ended up taking off, and she wasn't prepared for that and ended up in this whole new world. And so she's just kind of been like finding work and learning new things. She's very curious. She's very feisty, but she doesn't trust technology yet. She would love to fly a plane. She doesn't want anybody to teach her, though. She just thinks that she can do it because, if I can swing a hammer, why can't I fly a plane? Like, it makes sense. So, she's just been kind of like wandering around and learning new things. She's interested in getting home, but it's not her top priority right now. There's just so much to do.
Makes sense. And last, but most certainly not least, Johnny Deep. What was your life like before going completely legitimate?
I've always been completely legitimate, love. Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so true.
Well, let's see. There was the that ordeal with the blokes what worshipped me and the pirate queen. In the end, I ended up off the edge of the planet, and I coasted for a little while. Thought I was gonna die, but as luck would have it, an oxygen tank passed by with a full suit in, and I was able to survive through space. Darn miracle, until I landed somewhere near Lysander, I believe. Made fast friends. It's the only reason I let her call herself captain.
All right.
I say that, she's actually a bloody good captain. But as long as she lets me fly the ship. Also, thank you very much to Michael Wayne, who donates a reroll for Ish, and also we've surpassed 10 retweets already. We've smashed it. We're already halfway to 20.
Awesome. So that means we have got ourselves a fantastic little roll on the random trinket table. So I'm gonna roll a d4 to see who gets this trinket. I can find my Roll20 game. There we go. We'll say, look at the overlay. Who's where? Scrat's 1, Ish 2, Marcy 3, Junker 4. Johnny Deep. I want to say rigged, but
it's rigged.
Please roll me a 100.
Johnny, if you scroll up, Lindy, I'll scroll up as well. I did an accidental test roll in Roll20. It's the first thing I've done under my name. There's an @20 in it. D100.
Yes, please.
An 18.
18. All right. All right. So while you were drifting through space in this acquired spacesuit, we'll leave it at that. You see like a metallic leaf just kind of drifting on by, end over end. It's very beautiful. It's about yay big.
Quite pretty. Not every day you see that.
And it kind of just must be magnetic because it just sticks to your oxygen tank as you drift by. Like you pick it up like you're like that game where you just roll the ball and things keep getting collected to it. God, all right. Yeah, that one.
I'll take it and look at it.
Appears to be made out of precious metal of some type.
I'll put that away later. I may not have much interest in precious metal, but I do have an interest in rum. And you can often trade precious metals for rum. So I'll put that in my pocket.
True. Very, very true. All right. So we're going to start off, now that we know a little bit more about our characters and kind of where they are, we're going to start off with Captain Lysander Fox. But before she knows she's a captain. So I believe you mentioned something about house arrest.
Yeah, it's like house arrest, but like for the city or maybe even the planet I'm on.
Okay.
I can't leave right now.
Where are you currently living
Grandvale.
on this planet? What kind of planet is it like?
It's a heavily dry planet, I think. Lots of sand and sun everywhere, although there is like one forest, but it's surrounded by I won't say slums, I will say like rehabilitating people after a long history of war and piracy here. So
Gotcha. And where's your house at? Is it in part of that area?
no, I live at the
Roommates?
temple.
Oh, you live at the temple. Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, one day while you're at the temple, a package arrives for you. Not often mail gets sent to you, as they just recycle junk mail at the door.
All right, I mosey on over to this package. Is it like small package, big as I am?
It's about yay wide,
Mhm.
yay tall, and it feels slightly hefty.
I'm gonna pop it onto its side and open it up and
Mhm.
look in.
Look it up, and inside is what appears to be like a metal box.
Ooh.
Slide it out, and it is a metal box. You don't see any seams on it at all, but the top has a handprint scanner.
Set it down. Pick it up. Take it somewhere private. Set it down again.
Little private space in the temple.
Naturally,
Closet,
my
they'll never look here.
my tongue is out as though there's some sort of effort this is taking me to do this. And
All right, you put your hand on the handprint scanner, and you see like lights start to light up on the box, and it the scan goes back and forth, back and forth. You hear like a click sound, and you remove your hand, and a flash goes off as a camera takes your picture, and then you see it processing, and it says facial recognition, and then like the little wheels turning, and then it gives ding, a check mark, and you see you hear a hiss, and the box like pops open halfway, like you could lift it open now. Where there once wasn't a seam, there is now.
Ooh, I imagine my familiar, who is a Stargoyle, a starry pseudo dragon, is like playing in the empty box like a cat right now.
Oh, definitely. Loves the cardboard.
And I'm gonna open up this metal box.
Inside is a sheaf of papers and an envelope on top labeled to Lysander Fox.
Ooh. Now what's this then?
You open up the envelope.
Yes.
Inside is a note. It says, if you're reading this, it means I'm dead. I wanted to let you know how proud I am of you. Love your uncle, Calvert Fox.
Oh. God, he never heard, did he? Oh no. I'm gonna fold it up and see what else is here.
All right, inside the sheaf of papers, they appear to be like a title to a ship in your name.
Oh.
It appears to be, and also a copy of your uncle's will, in which it states that his ship, the completely legitimate, was to go to you upon his death.
Oh. I'm free. Well, okay. I'm gonna scoop this up and hide it really well, and then be like, "All right, where's Johnny?"
Yes. So Johnny is someone who drifted in, who like wasn't conscious in the temple courtyard. As it appears, his suit was severely burned. Like maybe he had fallen through the atmosphere and had somehow managed to survive the landing. And he's currently recovering with, in one of the temple rooms. But he's been quite the lively figure the past couple of days.
Great.
Keeps singing shanties.
Yes. I'm gonna go find Johnny?
Is there a tavern nearby?
There most certainly is.
Because you'll know where Johnny is, because you'll hear as I was going to Derby's on a market day, I met the biggest rum my boys have ever fed on hay. That's a lie, that's a lie. Come on, you lovers, sing! And so on and so forth.
Yeah, it's seeing as how it's about mid-morning, it's very quiet at the bar. There's only like you, like a guy who passed out last night drinking here. He's just like, shh.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Just, you got a hangover. I can cure that. Just have a little more of this.
Like, just done. He's so done. But he's not coherent enough to drag himself out in a way, so he just endures. And the bartender shakes his head and keeps pouring you more.
Can there be a piano in the room?
Yes, there can be. It's a keyboard.
Cool. I'll go and have a go at playing on that.
All right, give me a performance check, Johnny.
You're 19.
It's beautiful. Never touched one of these in your life, but it's just like a piano.
Ah, it works just like a piano.
That's a little different, but
Ooh-rah and up she rises, ooh-rah and up she rises. Go knees up straight up. Come on, boys.
all right. So, Lysander, you hear this music coming from a bar, and you suspect Johnny, as he was not to be found in the Temple Ward.
Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna head in and watch him for a bit and kind of slink around the sides and pretend to dance a little bit as I.
It's actually pretty good. You're surprised.
Over. Yeah, he's good at everything. I'm finding. Like, good at too many things, but this is fine. This is what I need him for. And like as he's playing and singing, like in between each verse, I'm getting out like a Johnny. You said you could drive a ship. Can you drive a ship?
That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie.
Not sure if it's the chorus or if he's dancing.
Oh, can you not drive a ship?
What? No! Lysander!
Hi.
Of course I can drive a ship. I can drive anything with 2 wheels and a mast.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but that's amazing. We'll get off this planet. I'm gonna grab him by the shoulders. Johnny, I have a ship.
That's, well, brilliant. Let's buy all the rum in this place and load it on your ship and get out of here.
Yeah, definitely buy it. Sure.
It's all right. I've got a shiny leaf, which I happen to know is worth quite a bit of rum.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
All right. So you want to trade your leaf for all the rum in this store?
Walk up to the barman.
Mm-hmm.
What's the barman's
It's
name?
it's like behind the bar. It's a halfling.
I must know the halfling's name by now. I must do.
Yeah, his name is Johnny Toes.
Johnny Toes.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, from Johnny to Johnny.
Yep.
I'd like to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Alright, what kind of offer you got?
I would like the liberty of all your libations for this lovely leaf. Look at that.
Let me take a look at that.
It's very precious metal. Look.
He gets out like a little pair of glasses and he puts them on. He's kind of looking at it. And he said, "All my libations, like all of them."
Well, at least the top shelf, the second shelf, and when I'm desperate, the bottom. Yeah, all of them.
All right. Roll me a persuasion check, Johnny.
22.
I don't know. You see him get the leaf. Kind of goes. I sell you all the liquor. You know, they ain't gonna have anything else for the rest of the customers. So I sell you all this liquor,
Go on.
and then you gotta do something for me, and I'll give you all the liquor. All right. So I really didn't have much to do besides polish this glass. So I hear you guys are boarding a ship. You got a ship?
I've had many ships in my time.
All right. Well, if that's the case, if you guys is heading off planet, I just need you to deliver something for me.
Deliver something for you.
Yeah. Got a
why not?
cousin.
What can hurt? Look, I didn't
Yeah,
better to do.
I got a
Lysander, have you got
cousin.
any missions planned? I call across the bar. Lysander,
Yeah.
have you got any missions planned?
I stare at the bartender and then back at Johnny. Yes. Yes, because we're completely legitimate.
Yeah, you saw that was the name of the ship. Alright. How completely legitimate are you folks?
Alright, it says so in the paperwork.
I've never been anything other than legitimate.
He is going to... Alright. If it was legitimate as you say then, not only will I sell you all this rum, you take this package for me. I'll throw in a little something extra on the other end. This delivery, if you know what I mean.
Well, that sounds completely legitimate.
This is my cousin. He's got a fuel station not too far from here. It's a waypoint for most jump points, dark matter jumps. I need you to take him a package. He's my cousin, Tommy Thumbs. Don't you worry.
Tommy Thumbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's gonna see, he goes, one moment. He goes into the back and he comes back with a very small canister. And it appears to be sealed. He goes, give this to Tommy Thumbs. He'll give you the your payment. The rest of your payment's all this liquor you're gonna be getting on your ship.
Well, that seems all above board and so be clean, don't you think, Lysander?
Yeah, sure.
Great, let's do it.
Alright, I'll have one of my guys bring it down to the ship for you. You got an address?
I'm gonna review the paperwork.
It seems to have there's like a sticky note on like the last page of paperwork saying appears this paperwork was dated for about a month ago, and it just apparently wasn't able to get through temple security until now. And so they don't like packages coming in.
Yeah.
Apparently the ship has been towed to a local junkyard
Okay.
on the outskirts of town.
I'll say it's there. Yeah.
Okay.
It's only some. It's having some renovations done at the local junkyard for right now.
Oh, sure, makes sense. Yeah, the only thing always looked like a piece of junk. All right, so I'll have my guy bring down the alcohol liquor to the right there. The thing, be there within the hour.
But I'll take that bottle and that bottle to go, if that's all right.
To go.
Yeah.
Sure thing. He kind of he's got like one of those rolly ladders, and he climbs up. And he gets those two down. And he hands them to you. Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, lovely.
All right. So you guys head down to the junkyard.
Yeah.
All right.
Exciting.
Go down to the junkyard, and you see there's a Vect. He's got a clipboard and he's standing near your ship. Now this ship, it says completely legitimate painted on the side, and it's like designation number. It's one of the strangest ships you've seen. A lot of times you can tell like what the design is from just glancing at it. This appears to be a weird amalgamation between gnomish and elvish technology.
Oh.
Kind of fused together all Frankenstein-like. It looks like a piece of junk. And Junker, you are sitting by the ship with a clipboard. You see these two people approach. One of them appears to be drinking heavily.
As a standard. This thing will never fly. We'll never sail. Where's the mast? Where's the boom rigs? Where's the sails?
Johnny, I don't know what that means.
If
But
you're
I don't-
referring to the apparatus in which it flies, there's a dark matter engine inside. It actually seems to be functioning moderately well.
That's nice.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we're actually coming to pick up this completely legitimate hunk of junk.
Sorry, I forgot to do this a second ago.
Ah, you must be the owner then.
Yep, according to this paperwork that my uncle left me, I am. And I'm smaller. I'm smaller than like a one of your typical void elves, and kind of blue. I'm half djinn and probably half gnome.
Jungar is about 7 feet tall,
Nice.
and rusty and massive.
Aw.
Oh, I'm average height. It's like little and large. I feel like we're in a sketch.
You were late picking this up. I was starting to disassemble the ship. It is actually worth more as parts.
Oh, no, it's not with Moa's pots. I have the paperwork right here and I just got it.
Paperwork checks
Allow
out.
me to review.
Welcome to the
This
settlement.
does seem to be completely legitimate. May I ask what you are doing with the ship?
Well, it's mine and I'm taking it. And also I'm gonna need you to put the parts that you took off of it back.
Oh. Yes, of course.
Also,
Guys, we're gonna kidnap a robot.
we have also hit our first follower goals, which means we get another trinket.
Awesome. This time, so everybody gets a trinket. I'm gonna roll a D3, and basically everyone just shifts down a number.
But you think it'd land on Johnny again? Surely not.
No. Well, it would have. So Ish, you get a trinket. Could you please roll me a D100?
Remind me how to do that again.
All right. It is just backslash D space 1D100. Oh yeah, roll works too.
Forward slash, not backslash.
I can speak computer jargon. I know all the buttons on the keyboard.
I've chucked it in the Zoom
I'm
chat.
sorry, I'm
Yeah,
struggling.
you can just copy paste from the
Thank
Zoom
you.
chat.
Just copy and paste it across.
Oh.
Excellent. 95. All right. So, 95. Ooh, interesting. All right, we'll hold on to that for just a second. So when we introduce you, which will be very soon, you'll find that. Okay. So yeah, paperwork checks out. And as you start to kind of get the parts back together from what you've started to pile next to the ship that you've already disassembled, a delivery comes up to the ship. Johnny Toes had called you in, Ish. So you've kind of been an errand runner around in the area lately, and he's loaded up this like
Looks
not
we
like
got
a
new
dolly, it's like a hover dolly full of just crates of alcohol. See, it looks like his bar is empty and he's putting like a closed till the weekend sign up. He's like, oh hey, Dollface, I need you to make this delivery as I knock things around my bar. Yeah, you might actually you might find this interesting as well. And he kind of tosses you a little book. Apparently, it's a log keeper, and it's filled with not a book. It's like a data pad. It's filled with recordings of an enterprising captain on a mission to explore strange new worlds. That might pique your curiosity. You're always asking all the new people where they're coming from and stuff. Yeah, I thought it might be nice, but I need you to make this delivery. Some good customers. About to take off planet.
Okay.
All right. See you later. And he kind of like
Let's do it.
goes off, pulls out a cigarette, just starts walking down the street in the opposite direction. You see that it's delivered to the local junkyard. It's not normally where you find ships, but you know, it's the first time for everything.
All right, so she's gonna kind of just like take a look at what she's got, and we're gonna go ahead and head to the junkyard.
All right. So you walk up and you see a Vect reassembling parts of a ship, and two people, walking around, looking at this thing in and out, as you approach with this boatload of alcohol.
Are you guys throwing a party?
What?
Uh,
Are we throwing a party?
I was not intending to throw a party on this property.
Well, I've got all of
Excuse
this.
me, what are you doing here?
I am delivering whatever all this is. Whose is this?
that would be.
Hi.
Nice.
Yep. Tell you what, just chuck it on board.
Okay, so she's gonna walk right up to him and just hold her hand out.
Hat.
No.
What?
I take tips.
Oh. Never sail when there's a red sky in the morning.
What?
It's a hot tip. You're bound to sail into a storm.
That is not what I meant.
Well, what do you mean?
Like, like money.
Oh. Or booze.
It's fair trade. She's gonna shake your hand.
Well, we already did, but yeah, we can do it again.
And so she's gonna take the booze and go put them on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
She's very curious because she wants to go with them, but she doesn't know if they're gonna say yes.
Mm-hmm.
So she's also gonna look for a casual place to maybe chill out until they come looking for her.
Okay. How hard are you looking for a casual place? Are you like nonchalant about it because they're not
Yes.
like within sight, or are you like gotta find a place?
I feel like she's very fascinated because I imagine that there's just a lot of strange metal work happening on the inside of the ship. And so I think it's more of she's casually looking, like
Okay.
peeking in maybe doorways and hallways and seeing if there's like a cubby. She's
Sure.
also looking for the cockpit.
All right, give me a perception check just to see how good of a hidey hole you find.
Okay.
Seven. All right, so it takes you a little bit before you find a place that you think is gonna work, and it's labeled maintenance closet.
She's not even going to find a place to put the alcohol. She's just going to leave it outside of the maintenance closet and get in the maintenance closet.
Perfect. Love it. It's like right
Sitting
there.
cross applesauce with her giant rocket hammer in her lap, just looking at the doorknob.
Uh-huh. Perfect. And then, right, so while Junker is reinstalling scavenged parts, what is Captain Lysander Fox, as she's a captain now, and Johnny Deep doing on the board of the ship?
I think Captain Fox is gonna be looking around the ship and just making sure that it's like that if it gets off the ground, it'll stay off the ground.
Okay.
Like just taking a look around the
taking basic
hull and
stock.
stuff and making sure that there's no like weird spots.
Okay. So you're going
Right.
around the outside of the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Sure. See how flyworthy she is. There is the roll 20. There it is. Okay. Investigation. Ooh, I got a whopping 0 to this.
Oh, it's so damn.
Boom.
With a 14, yeah, you're walking around and you've done a little time on ships before, so you know about how space-worthy some of them seem to be. This one is, it looks worse than it is. You look at that from a distance and you're like, I wouldn't fly on that. That looks real risky. But then you get up close and you see that all the seams are like, there's not any loose nuts or bolts. It's fairly well constructed, as weird of an amalgamation as it is between Gnomish and Elvish architecture.
Okay. Oh. No worries then. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, good. Sorry, Mr. Robot. Robot,
Yes.
how long is it going to take you to, finish this?
Not long. I was only just starting to disassemble. Let me just retrieve some tools from this maintenance closet.
There's that shipment that came right in front of the maintenance closet. Why someone would put it there, you don't know, but we're getting.
I glance down. I walk into the maintenance closet. I completely ignore Ish on the ground. I grab a large part from the shelves next to her and haul it out. And I walk towards the engine room to install it.
Excellent. Do you close the door behind you or do you leave it open?
I close the door behind me.
Oh,
It's
that's
rude to
fine.
leave doors open.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm gonna look at Johnny and say, do you think you could fix the ship as well as that robot can?
I can give it a go.
I mean, I know I can't. I don't know if you can.
Well, I mean, surely
The
that bit just
robot's
goes
on the ship now, so maybe as soon as it fixes the engine, we just kind of...
Oh, and take the junker with us.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
What can go wrong?
It's just a robot, right?
No one will miss it.
Nah.
What, does anyone even pay it? Does anyone even own it? Who knows? I can have a look. Hang on. Yeah, I'll try my hand at fixing things. Why not?
All right.
Oh no, and then we got landed to the planet.
So you're in the what you assume, or I assume Captain Lysander kind of steers Johnny towards the cockpit. Like here's the steering wheel.
The cockpit? What? Why would you have cockfighting on a ship?
Usually it's called, dogfighting. Although now that you mention it, that does sound. Why is it called dogfighting if you're sitting in a cock? Anyway, you could fly this, right? You said you've driven ships before.
Oh, I can sail anything with a sail, or not a sail.
I mean, there are ships with solar sails, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
Okay.
Excellent.
What do
So-
I even roll to try and fix things?
That's there's some specific checks in dark matter that
Oh, great.
might be what is necessary. So we have pilot, data, and technology. I'm gonna make this to fix the cockpit area. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm not usually good at them.
But you are bards, so I believe that you get half proficiency to it. So I'm gonna call this a repair check.
Do I get jack of all trades that early?
I think so. I can double check real quick. I'm pretty
Does
sure
that
you
apply
do.
to straight rolls or just skill checks?
Skill checks, which this would be like a mechanical repair check.
Okay.
So I was just thinking, what stat would this be based off of? Yeah, it's level 2. You're level 2 bard.
Yeah, and it's ticked in my character sheet, so I guess I do.
Mhm.
Brilliant. Alright, let's do this. Straight intelligence, yeah?
Yeah, intelligence then.
Plus proficiency, so I just do
Plus
something...
half proficiency. Yeah.
Well, my proficiency... Oh, okay. I'll just click on something that I don't have proficiency that has intelligence.
Yep,
because then it'll-
that'll work
yeah.
just fine.
That's awful.
You think you fixed the cockpit?
Yeah, that'll do it. Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah. Fixed. Let's go.
Just gonna wait on Junkar to.
You go
say
check
it's-
on him in the engine room.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Junkar, you working on this engine?
Yeah. I mean, you see him with a giant like electronic wrench that seems to be like as rusty as him, just like screwing this large just nut basically into place, and just like final tightening.
All right. That should be sufficient. The engines are working now.
Yeah. Well, let's give it a test. Do you mind if we test it out before we, say it's done?
I have performed my checks, but if you would like to test it, that is acceptable.
Sure. And I'm gonna. I assume there's like an intercom link system on the ship, and I'm just gonna hit it for the cockpit and say, Jonah, you can take us up now.
Lindy, I'm at a D100. You say vehicle driving. I've got sea vehicle driving. Does that count?
I want you to just use that for now. Because that's the only thing you've experienced, and you're just pushing buttons in the cockpit.
If only I had advantage.
Only at advantage. However, you did roll low on your D100, and I'm rather partial to Call of Cthulhu rules myself, as far as D100s go. So, you randomly somehow managed to punch some sequence of buttons enough to get... You feel this thing kind of like lift upwards?
Yeah, I'm shouting. When I hear Lucinda's voice come through, I'm gonna pick up the intercom and be like, "Yeah, unfurl the mainsail!
What does that mean?
Someone man the tiller!"
What?
You have the ship's wheel in your hand, Johnny.
This feels normal.
It goes left and right, but it also tilts up and down.
Tilt it down.
You tilt it down and you see the ground start to get closer. And
Go, tilt it back, tilt it back, tilt it back.
All right, you're going up. You're pointing up more towards this side.
Whoa. Just... Huh.
And it also goes inwards and out.
I should check on what is happening.
What did this button do? I guess it must be war preparation. War preparation.
Okay, so you push the engage dark matter drive. There's a thing for this.
All right, it seems to be functional. We should return to the scrapyard now, so we can.
Yeah, right.
Right. Dark matter engine, because there's like a D100 you gotta roll on this thing. Traveling. Yes, there we go. I'm gonna have this PDF more memorized by next week, but it's still kind of new. So, yes, a jump. You did not prepare. This is a blind jump. Carries significant risk. So,
We're really good at this.
it's preferable to assured death, but one can never be too sure when they will jump into a star, an asteroid field, or an dangerous orbit around a black hole.
Ooh.
So, when making a blind jump, the ship's pilot chooses a destination within range on the ship's distance jump table and rolls on the navigation table. So we're gonna say that Captain Lysander had queued in the space fuel port, because you'll need fuel before you can leave. There's only a little bit in the tank. Rolling a D100. Scrat. 41. All right. Right. Well. All right. You feel the ship kind of shake, because it's not really supposed to jump in atmosphere. The ship shakes and it's getting a little twitchy. It's like on the Star Trek when everyone's like, hold on.
What's wrong with this thing?
And so, and then you see the lights shoot for, like, you're pressed back into your seat, Johnny. Everyone else kind of, you should make me dexterity saving throws, except for Ish, because you're in the closet sitting down, so you just kind of slide to one side. You other two are standing. So, all right, 12.
Getting there.
You're 5.
Thank you.
Finish reading this. And it's 22. You're able to keep your feet, Captain Lysander. But Junkar, you're just gonna go.
I probably land on Junkar.
Probably. So, let me roll my D100.
I can't wait to teach this wholesome robot how to pirate.
All right.
It's gonna be so good.
So you are off target, but you are 50% closer to your destination than when you began.
Oh. Pretty
So
good.
you're in space, and you can see like the space fuel part just barely in the distance.
Well, that seems pretty good. We'll head for that.
Oh my.
Push the ship
We
that
should
way.
not have jumped while still within the atmosphere.
Yeah, you think there's probably gonna be some structural integrity damage.
It's all right. I already
Does he
fixed
know
it.
how to fly a ship?
You know, he keeps saying he does, and I'm starting to think he doesn't. As I see, like, part of the hull just float by a window.
Like some of the elvish ornamental, like outside stuff, is just kind of like floating, and it looks kind of like twisted, like
Oh, God.
he got like wrenched off.
Oh, tell you what, and I'm gonna look at the robot. Do you want a job?
I've just
Well,
realized.
I have a job at the scrapyard.
Sure,
Why?
but do
What are you
you want a
offering?
better one?
What kind of job?
Like on the ship, being a mechanic here.
As a crew member?
Yes.
Where are we going? What kind of ship is this? Transport, I'm aware of that. Part gnomish, part elven. Dark matter engine. What are you transporting and why?
We're just doing a routine mission right now for a delivery, but after that happens, and I'm going to point out the window, I'm not sure where we're going to go next. So we can drop you off, or you can stay with us.
Well, I have been thinking. I have been alone in the scrapyard for some time. It would be good for me to get out more. That is what my friend always told me. To see more of the galaxy. As a free vac.
Yeah, that sounds good. And you know, if you ever decide you want to go back, we'll absolutely take you back.
Thank you. This sounds acceptable. We can negotiate the terms of my payment later.
Sure. Think we have to refuel first.
Yeah, that jump took a bit of the dark matter engine. You guys are gonna have to use sublight speed to get to the fuel port. It's gonna take
Cruising.
you, because you only got halfway there. It's gonna take you a few hours. But you will get to you see Tommy Thumb fuel port, and it's got like the halfling on like a sign. He's just pointing at himself.
There's definitely a moment as well where Johnny uses the starship wheel the same way you would a spaceship wheel and starts throwing it around, and the ship just starts. It's like, way! Wow!
I like step up behind him and like grab it with a firm metal hand and say, "You should not do that. It is bad for the wheel."
Don't have to tell me how to fly a ship, mate. I was piloting ships before you were. Whatever happened to you?
I highly doubt that. Tell me, what time do spacers eat? At launch time. I was told that telling jokes is a good way to start making friends. We're going to be on a crew together now. It would be good for us to become friends.
That would be wonderful. And I'll tell you what, mate, you can become my friend right now. We'll sing a song together. That's how I like to make friends.
Songs?
Yes.
Sure.
Can you hold a note? Alright, good. Okay. Let's not sing songs.
Okay.
I was really hoping for some whiskey in the jar.
Well, I mean, yeah, we just got a guy over there, haven't we? It should be easy enough. I'm gonna start trying to point the steering wheel that way.
Yeah, you kind of figure out like whatever, like you point it in the direction, and like pushing it in makes it go forward, and pulling it back makes it go slower. And nose down, nose up.
I'm keeping one hand on the wheel and just actually directing it while he thinks he is.
Mm-hmm. He seems to be learning though. Just he has no idea what he's doing. But he's got enough bravado. You wouldn't be able to tell at first. So you see it in action.
That's yeah, we haven't been in the room. He's just been hitting buttons and things have been happening.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe he does. I don't know.
Possible. Now, Ish, you felt the dark matter jump. You're like, gotta be in space. You gotta be so far away.
I feel like as soon as like she sits, so I guess all the chaos subsides.
Oh, the bunch of stuff fell off the shelves in the maintenance closet, and you're kind of calmed.
I'm going to not quite get up, but she's gonna get onto her knees and reach up and open the door, and then slowly crawl out. But like one hand has her hammer, so she's like, conk. Conk. And like as soon as she can see past the door, she's gonna look both ways. And does she see anybody? I guess not, because they're all in there.
No.
Would it be really funny if I were just standing outside of the door? Because somebody left all this alcohol
the
here.
door, but you're standing on the side of the alcohol. So when she comes, she doesn't see you because you're standing at the other side of the alcohol, but you can like lean over and you can see her.
Do I see Captain?
Not immediately, but she definitely sees you.
So I am going to, since I think the coast is clear, I'm gonna leave my hammer on the ground and pop up real fast.
And then you see the captain.
And I'm gonna immediately drop back down, grab my hammer, jump back up and say, "This is a holdup."
I don't think that's a very good idea.
At this point, Ish is far more scared of you.
Hold up.
This is a hold up. Yeah, you're.
She's very muscular, so no. Yes, it is a good idea. I know it's a good idea. It's a good idea, right?
Sure. What do you want to do?
Fly the ship.
Where are you gonna fly it?
I don't know. I just want to do it.
The hiring process is so complex these days.
It's just gonna look really confused.
Tell you what. I was just wondering why all this alcohol was on the ground out here, but now this makes sense. Do you mind putting this away? And then I'm going to sort of direct her to where a pantry area would be on a ship.
There's actually a wet bar on the ship, but it is unstocked.
Oh, awesome. We have a bar on the ship if you don't mind stocking this, and we'll work your way up to learning how to pilot if that's what you're interested in.
Just this once. But next time it's my way. And she's gonna throw her hammer over her shoulder and grab the cart with linen. She's not gonna worry about all the stuff that's on the ground. She's just gonna grab the cart and start going.
Oh god. All right.
Could Johnny hear that there's bottles on the ground somewhere behind him?
Yes. You heard the faintest tink tink tink.
And is there gravity on the ship?
Yes, there is gravity on the ship.
Fantastic.
Now it's a bit lighter than planet side, so like you can definitely tell when you're in space versus on the ground.
Fantastic.
But there's gravity.
Can I just tilt the ship down a little bit so that the bottles come to me?
Yeah, like you kind of hear it, tink, and then you turn it, and then it rolls down the hallway, and you like tink, and then you roll it up, and then they've all of them are rolled in, You know there's a few that haven't made it, but you got 2 to roll in.
I got the one that matters. There it is.
Yeah, I just watched the bottles roll and I'm like, fine. Well.
I feel like Ish turns around and yells, "Are you gonna help me with this or not?"
Oh. I'm actually trying to do like I'm trying to check our rations and stuff on the ship to see how long we can survive in space for.
You don't have any rations on the ship yet. The ship seems to have been mostly cleaned out of perishables and that kind of thing before being sent to the junkyard. Looking at some of the crew quarters and stuff, the captain's quarters, that's the only place where you really find things. You see some, gnome-sized clothes, a lot of suits. You didn't really know he was a suit kind of guy, but he's got a lot of pinstripe suits.
Nice.
And just like some personal possessions and like a closet, but all of the other crew quarters don't really have anything in them. There's the wet bar is completely unstocked, the pantry is unstocked. So
Okay. Right. And I'm going to look for a log that might be in the quartermaster's chambers that would have more or less their normal ration supply to see if I can go off of an existing
to see how much you'd kind of need.
Yeah.
Sure. There's definitely a log of some type. A lot of it, there seems to be some like missing entries and like points of time, like maybe the ship didn't fly very much in the past few years, but you look at a couple of the more recent ones, or not recent, but the recent ones just have like I mentioned 2 like crew number 2, blah blah blah. But you look at some of the early ones and there's like about 5 or 6 crew members, and it gives you the numbers and stuff for rations and fuel and weight and cost and blah blah blah, like those kinds of numbers for you.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm going to use that as a basis for buying things or bartering at least when we get to the fuel station. Hopefully they have food as well. And water. Fun stuff.
So within a few hours, you arrive at Tommy Thumb's fuel station and port stop. There's a lot of different sized and types of ships kind of refueling, and there's a large kind of convenience store attached to it. There is lots of snacks, kind of like road food, but there also is another section that's got like bulk supplies, like freeze-dried things, rations, that kind of thing. Stuff for a replicator kind of things, but your ship doesn't have a replicator, so you're gonna have to actually get physical rations. But they do have like bulk sections for people wanting to stock up between dark matter junks, like they plan on being in space for a while. So behind the desk of Tommy Thumbs is the guy you see on the sign. You're assuming he's Tommy Thumb. There's a couple of other employees doing stocking and they're taking inventory, and a couple of them are helping out at the fuel pumps, basically people who need extra fuel to take on board rather than just fueling up, that kind of thing. They're loading on barrels and that kind of fuel, because not all of it is dark matter engines. There's also regular fuel to get you inner space and inter systems. So
I assume I don't need to do anything for landing.
You didn't have much fuel, so you kind of just drift into port. And they assume you're one of the ships who just made a poor jump and ran out of energy, and they kind of tractor magnet pull you in at a stop to fuel you up.
There we go, we're going straight towards it now. Hey, I've got the hang of it.
Nice.
Alright, so a guy comes outside, appears to be a human. He's got a notebook. He meets you guys as you exit ship. He's like, alright, so how much fuel are you gonna need? How much want a full top off?
I'll refer to the logs for this.
All right. And do you have an account with us currently? Let me run the.
Yeah, I've got an account.
All right. What name is the account under?
I'm gonna make a guess at a name that might be on the list. Jimmy Speedster.
Jimmy Speedster. He kind of pulls out his pad and he kind of types it in. I'm afraid we don't have a Jimmy Speedster on the list.
Are there any speedsters? You might be using an alias.
An alias? No, we have there's a speedster class of ship, but what is this?
I'm gonna say
the number on the side of the ship. I'll run the number. And he starts pulling up the serial number.
yeah, I'll say Calvert Fox might have an account here.
All right, Calvert Fox. All right. Yes, Calvert Fox. A little bit of credits, probably enough for half of what you need for this thing. We do have this ship on file, so we know how much it'll take. But the credits left in his account is enough to get her halfway fueled up.
Come across and say quietly to the senders, it's alright, we've got plenty of rum. We'll just fill it up with rum once we run out.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
You never know, we might get lucky.
No, I actually know. That's not how this works. It's like the red button in MIB. Like you don't do that until you do.
I'm just saying never say never, that's all.
Alright, okay. You know what? In a dire situation, yes, you can put alcohol in the fuel tank. Fine.
I would recommend against that.
Let's see. We have a delivery to make here to Tommy Thumbs.
Well, Mr. Thumb is just inside. He's behind the counter right now.
Okay.
All right, I'll complete the requisition for him up here, and he's just punching numbers in and calling somebody up to finish filling up your ship.
Cool.
So do you all head inside?
Yeah.
The convenience store.
Yeah. Let's go shopping. Fun.
All right, so you walk inside.
Hammer over her shoulder, and as we're walking, if there are any space rocks nearby, she's definitely gonna hit them. Just for fun.
It's actually pretty clean. This is a like the bottom half of this like little fuel port is an asteroid, but the top is completely like nice and built up, real nice. Like it's got like pavement, like sidewalks, but it's all fabricated materials.
Oh, okay.
So you guys head in to the convenience mart, and it's got some classy little music playing on. We'll just go back to here as you enter the convenience store. It's like, welcome to Tommy Thumbs. If you need any assistance, please go to the nearest representative and they will be able to assist you. Have a nice day. A little automated voice comes and says in.
Also, we've both hit our follower goal and retweet goal. We're now at 8 followers and 20 retweets, so we get another 2 trinkets.
Other 2 trinkets. We'll just give those 2 trinkets to the last 2 people who haven't gotten one yet. Why don't you each roll us D100?
Okay. Boop, boop, boop.
All right. What numbers did you get?
63.
63. There's like a little freebie bin as you guys enter. And inside you see, Junker, there is a pair of dinosaur figures, one of which is like a stegosaurus and the other one's a T-Rex.
I got a 4.
And with a 4,
Interesting.
there's also in this little freebie toy bin, there's a small replica starship. Model that is, and this has only become recently obsolete. So it's like, that's why they're discontinuing it. They're like, oh, I want to buy this. This ship's obsolete. So
Okay.
it's funny because it's like a gnomish design, and it looks kind of similar to the gnomish parts on the completely legitimate
Of course. Put that in my pocket. Good old trinket. Okay. Fun stuff.
All right. So there's like a peppy elven chick who's doing some restocking. She's like, "How can I help you today? Is there anything I can assist you with?" Supplies, restocking.
Yes, and we also need to talk to Tommy Thumbs.
Oh, of course, right this way. Tommy Thumb is right over here. Like, she's kind of like leads you up to the front counter, and there's like an office. It's just glass walls, so in like all directions, so you can see out. She kind of knocks at the door. Mr. Thumb, and he goes, "Yeah, doll face. What is it? What do you need? I'm working here." She's like, you a delivery?" He's like, "Oh, well, please come in. Delivery. Who from?"
Oh gosh, what's his name?
Johnny Toes.
Tony Toes.
Johnny Toes.
Johnny's another
Johnny
Johnny.
Toes.
Yes.
Another Johnny. Whiskey Johnny.
A delivery for you from Johnny Toes.
Oh, my cousin. Yeah, bring it over. And he, as you walk in, and once you say like who the delivery is for, he kind of like, and you see he pushes a button, and the glass that's all around goes like tinted. It tints darker.
Ish is very freaked out by this. She's immediately gonna like look around.
All right, calm down. Don't hit anything with that hammer, especially the glass. It's very expensive.
Fine.
Yeah, you
Expensive
have to
glass.
pay for it. Yeah. At this point, it's still tinting till it's like you guys can still see out, but you imagine it'd be really hard to see in. He goes like, "I got you. What kind of delivery we got today?"
Didn't really open it when I handed it to him.
Perfect. You see, he like holds out a little pair of spectacles, puts them on. Ah, it's good. Still sealed. One moment. You see, kind of like pulls out a little special-looking tool, and he gets like buzzes it near the canister. Puts it back in like a compartment under his desk. Does like a thumbprint scanner on the top. Unscrews it, and as he unscrews it, you see like little bits of blue dust kind of just float off the top, and he like looks at it. Yeah, it's the good stuff. All right. So, who are you lot? And he kind of pulls out he starts to pull out like a checkbook.
We're the captain and crew of the Completely Legitimate.
You don't say. The completely legitimate?
At your service.
You don't look like old fox.
Don't I?
No, it was like, yeah, it's all.
I'm a little taller.
You were like his daughter or something?
No, he's my uncle. I'm gonna extend my hand and introduce
Yeah.
myself as Lysander Fox.
He goes, pleasure to meet you. Tommy Thumb. This is my spaceport. As you know, my family is in a lot of the shipping business kind of thing. We like the shipping and hospitality. So, we used to do good work with your uncle. So, how'd he hire you on as a crew?
He's dead.
Oh, poor fella. He kind of like makes the sign of the sun. It's just like a bunch of like things coming out. All right, there we go. I like that one. He's like, oh, poor fella. Oof. Bless him. Yeah, he's in a better place now. You know anything like your uncle? I know you're down with dealing with some completely legitimate business, am I right?
I'm fairly sure I was born completely legitimate.
That's the right attitude to have right there.
To at least one of my parents.
All right, you're the captain. This your crew? All right, so it's lovely to be doing business with you. As payments for, I see that you kind of like pulls up like you see like this completely legitimate kind of like spinning like a little hologram above his desk. He's like, I see we get enough credit in the old man's account to fill up half your ship for this right here. What's the other half of your fuel?
Silently give Johnny Depp a high five.
And you see him just punch it in, and the guy outside like kind of gives a salute towards the glass, even though he can't see it.
So what's next then? That can't be it, surely.
Y'all interested in more work?
Sure.
All right. Now, I got a job. Y'all been doing business on the business for a while? Completely legitimate.
Look
Sure.
at Lysander. Yep.
Had it for a month now.
Had it for a whole month.
Actually,
All right.
we only just got it earlier today.
No, the paperwork says a month.
This is true, but it was in my scrapyard for some time.
All right.
It's
You're gonna have to.
elbow. Stronger.
You gotta
Like, break your elbow.
Yeah, like clunk.
just like hitting us like a lump of iron. You're just-
Oh.
You know, I'm gonna give you a word of advice. Y'all seem kind of new. You two, good on sticking to a story. I like that. We can do good business together. You're gonna have to work on them. Or just not tell him.
Together now?
Yeah, we can do a little work per se. However, I got something I need taken from place A to place B. Y'all interested?
Sure.
It's easy
Alright.
money, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. So, there's the moon of Malachor 5. Got 5 moons. On the 4th moon, there's a guy. He's got a shipment of manders. Salamanders. Now, let's see. I would like Captain Lysander and Ish, since you guys have been out and around a little bit, and Junkar too, to give me history checks and see if you know anything about manders.
Okay. You said history?
You have no idea.
Okay. Let's see if I know anything about manders. I know about stargoyles,
You do.
but not about manders. Maybe.
Maybe. Well, no, you never know.
I got a whole 0.
All right.
So 10? Yeah.
All right. With an 18-ish, you've heard about manders. You've heard some people talking about them. You know that salamanders, the regular kind of like lizard thing, but when they call them manders, that's street slang for mutated above-ground newts deemed extremely really psychotropic.
A lot of words. I'm gonna look at him and say, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those like mute things.
Yeah, you know, the mandas. Now, I wouldn't go, around saying you're carrying a shipment of Amandas, if you know what I mean, but got a bunch of shipment of Amandas. Need you to pick them up from the 4th moon of Malachor 5, and take him to these coordinates, and you see he actually gets out a physical piece of paper, which a lot of things are digital, so it's kind of rare. He's like, need you to take him to these coordinates and deliver.
It's just gonna read as faster than it. Oh, she's gonna try to beat everybody to it because she loves paper, because nobody uses paper.
Because nobody uses paper.
And so she's gonna grab it and say, okay, we got this. And she's gonna like stick it in her pocket.
All right, now, y'all were out of fuel. I recommend not running out again. Y'all, now, how we like to do payment is half in advance, half upon arrival of a shipment. So, if there's any supplies you need, I'd be willing to deduct that from your half in advance, as I've got plenty around here.
We've got a ship full of rum. What else do we need?
I believe as humanoids do require sustenance. Food.
It's true.
Lies
Yeah.
and scandal.
I have the log with me. I can produce that. And
Mm-hmm.
Maybe look at other voyages that take about the same length of time.
Mm-hmm.
See how much food we might need for that.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of like thumb through it a bit, and you find a log that you think will be enough time, and then some to a certain extent. And you're able to like show it to him. He goes, "All right, let me just do some number crunching. You get like three people. It's a Vect eat. I don't know much about Vect. I'm in my office. No, you're good. All right. Well, then you only need plus 3. And kind of like he's punching up some numbers in his very sophisticated data pad. It's not at all a notebook. There's sticky notes sticking out of it. And he goes, "All right. So I'll have your ship supplied with all this, and we'll add some credit to your account for the rest of it. That way, if you ever come into a Tommy Thumb branch, you can get resupplied and refueled there. Of course, the other half will be physical assets, of course, upon completion of the delivery."
Okay.
Sounds good.
Right. Right, well then, it's been a pleasure doing completely legitimate business with you folk. And he pushes the button again, and like the glass starts to like untint itself back to transparent. He goes, "Now, you all have a lovely day and safe travels. I look forward to doing business again with you in the future."
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Why did people not like the restaurant in the black? It had
Like-
no atmosphere.
I like this guy. Take it back. I like him. You gotta fix him, but I like him.
Now we can be friends and do business together.
Yeah, I like it. You tell me a new joke every time you come in, all right?
Will do.
All right, now you young folk, get out of here. I got work to do.
Well, it worked.
Ish is gonna linger behind for a second
Mm-hmm.
and walk up to the desk and say, "I'm gonna need you to throw some pizza in there. You know,
In
like the food.
Yeah, the
I need
rations.
a pizza.
Yeah, just tell Julie out there. She'll take care of it for you.
Thanks." And she's gonna like stroll out.
Mm-hmm. You see, like the peppy elf girl is out there still, and she's like getting rations together and supplies.
I'm gonna walk up and say, "Hey,
Yes. How can I be of assistance?
I need you to put some pizza in there."
It's kind of like you see, she like just barely moves her head, and he's just like, "Of course, I will make sure. How much pizza would you require?"
She's gonna get a really big smile on her face. How all of it?
Certainly, I will do my best. And you see, she kind of takes off a couple stacks of like rations, and she just puts like frozen pizzas on there instead. And before you know it, your ship is refueled and resupplied.
Nice. Okay. Perfect.
We are a completely legitimate business.
Yeah, I think so. And maybe we could stop by. I mean, we are a business, of course, but maybe we could stop by some places on the way.
Do
I'm
you have somewhere in
seeing-
mind?
Just wanted to see what was on the way. I miss seeing the galaxy.
That sounds great.
Now, what were you saying about nukes?
Nukes.
Oh, newts?
Oh, newts. Yeah.
Wow, they're like this super spiffy, fancy, schmancy, really long kind of newt that I know, but I don't remember. So, but we're picking them up. They're cool.
Okay. So long as they are completely legitimate.
Totally. It's just gonna walk up to the captain with camera over shoulder and go, so I'm gonna need to know where the cockpit is to this thing, because like I've just done so much for you so far. Like, I mean, look at our rations. We got pizza, you know, I got this paper, and she's gonna hand you the paper. So I'm ready. I'm ready for my
Sure.
upgrade.
Sure. Tell you what, I'm gonna look at Johnny as we enter into the cockpit, and then look back at her. I think it's important that everyone actually knows how to drive the ship a little bit. So, Johnny, you want to show her the ropes?
And it's just gonna go, ugh, and turn around and walk out the door.
What? What?
And you just hear her hammer drop, and she's just dragging it along the hallway.
Or not. If you'd rather punch things, you can do that instead.
Okay! And she's gonna start punching walls.
It hurts a little bit.
Wait, do not. I do not want you to harm the integrity of the ship. Although your fists are quite weak.
Ships don't have integrity.
All right. Johnny, you want to take us out of here?
Full speed ahead.
Okay. Are you lucky?
20 on my seafaring hack.
Yeah, you kind of got the hang of it a little bit as you like. What was a super jerky thing at first? You actually like pull out pretty smoothly from the way station.
And I just think you know how to fly this thing now. For now. I was like, maybe he doesn't know. Oh wait, maybe he was rusty.
Just rusty. You did find him like half
So
alive.
I am the one who is rusty. He is human and cannot rust. Or
Aw.
rusty.
Should probably de-rust Junker at some point.
We need
but-
to get Junker a new chassis. That's what we need. And maybe with like a completely legitimate logo on it.
I won't raise questions at all.
Completely legitimate robot walking
That's
around.
completely legitimate. Junker would not see anything wrong about that.
All right. So, you're gonna have to make another dark matter engine jump. So, this time, however, I feel like you're a little bit more prepared. There's actual like numbers to type in, so should be fine, right?
Oh, that's easy. 777. That's my lucky number.
No, we have these. No, we have these numbers. We were given these numbers.
All right.
All right.
It's the
So
type where you do better if you're on drugs.
there is a specific type of drugs called roaches. They are sentient psionic beings that people often consume in order to plot out their void jumps. However, they are highly regulated and very illegal. However, if you continue to do business with this family, you wouldn't imagine that would be too terribly difficult to obtain in the future.
We don't need them. We can just plug in some numbers. I mean, we don't have a plan to go anywhere, right? We're just going somewhere on the way. So let's just hit a planet on the way, right?
This is true. Without a definite destination in mind, we can jump anywhere, and we will still get to our destination.
All right. So, you guys start the process. You type in 777, and this is going to be considered an assisted jump, as you I believe. Let me see. We have coordinates, so we'll consider this a somewhat assisted jumps. I need you to make 2 D100 rolls.
A 95 and a 51.
And with a 95, it is a perfect jump. Your ship emerges from the void precisely where you intend to, often near a spaceport in orbit around a planet. So you just Type in 777. Boop. And then, without a bump, told you guys, without a bump, you guys arrive in orbit of this planet. Already in orbit.
Johnny Deep, you lucky bastard.
This doesn't happen with any other character sheet that I have ever used. Only this one.
Only this sheet. That's why you wanted to copy it over. You didn't want to jinx it.
I didn't want to make a new one.
Eric's magic is locked in this thing.
All right. So let's see what kind of planet this is. This random
Yeah.
planet.
I think eventually, Junker, if we could get installed one of those, like, for a random jumping machine, like a casino lever thing that you could just pull and take you to a random coordinate system, that'd be pretty fun.
All right.
Magic 8-Ball, but in a slot machine version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you see that this land there's only a few small specks of land that can be found on this world you're orbiting, and it's home to vast oceans. Its surface is plagued by periodic, you see like large waves just rolling over, and you see that there's, a few spots of land and little like floating type of like outposts here and there. Not a lot of civilization, but there's civilization here.
Nice. Do y'all want to see what this place is about?
Since we're here.
Why not?
Sure.
Take us down.
Hang on a minute though. New crew, we drink together.
Yes.
I do not drink.
We can change that.
We'll oil
Little,
you.
little.
We'll oil you instead.
Cheers, everyone. It's a completely legitimate business.
Cheers.
Excellent. So this planet's name, as it kind of pops up as you kind of come into orbit a little further down, is Respite. You guys try to land on the planet?
I'll try and land it. Why not?
All right. Give me a navigation. Give me that driving ships check. Sailing check.
That's an 8.
That's an 8. All right. So you're expecting. You've got the hang of it, like in space. It's real smooth. You weren't expecting the atmosphere to be so jumpy. You like, for you, it feels like you're driving through a force field as you kind of come towards this planet. Like this planet is like surrounded by a force field. It's real weird.
It's like
But you break-
it's like we're sailing through a sandbank. What's going on?
But you break through, and then it's suddenly real easy again. But you're going way too fast, and you guys actually are gonna land in the ocean. Thankfully, there's not a lot of land masses on this planet. And thankfully, the ship is airtight due to it being space ready. But you guys kind of like hit the ocean and before kind of bobbing to the surface.
Oh.
See, now this I know.
Oh.
You alright?
I'm like in a pile of stuff that came off the walls and out of closets. Yeah, I'm fine. That was great.
Yeah, pretty much everyone got prone from that.
There aren't enough dice in the world to stay on your feet.
not with an 8. Crashing into the ocean.
I feel like Ish like crawls towards the window and peeks up. And she's gonna go, guys, we're in a giant swimming pool.
Huh.
I believe this is what's called an ocean.
Perfect.
A what?
Oh, that's nice.
That's a bit formal. But yeah, why not?
It's probably fine. Do you mind taking us to a port if you can,
Yeah, of course I can.
Mr. Deep?
Ooh. Yeah, I'll
Now-
take it to a port.
Yeah. Now, on the surface of the water, it's like you're in an enclosed ship, and you're like, oh, I got this. I understand oceans, and he is really good, actually, like on the water.
Yeah.
But so you're like, it just must have been a fluke landing, because he's really good at this again.
Oh, it's probably just something wrong with the planet.
Yeah,
Actually, quite good.
And you guys, what direction do you drive, Johnny? At first you think you know which way's east, but then you notice that there's like 3 suns.
That's alright. Second star to the right and then straight on.
Yes. All right.
Until morning if I have to.
Oh, morning.
So you head towards the second sun on the right, and it takes a while as you're just kind of going up and down on these waves, riding the waves of respite. You eventually see some lights on like a floating like little sea station in the distance. You have noticed like there's this thing, Johnny. It's like circular, and there's like a dot, and it's always pinging. And sometimes you see other like glowy dots pop up on it, and then they kind of go away. It's kind of weird. But you've seen this happen a couple times.
What happens if I touch the other dots?
Nothing.
Oh,
Strange. They just move by themselves.
probably not important.
Probably not. Yeah. But you notice that there's like one dot that seems to be following another dot, and it just keeps following it around.
I won't tell anyone else. I don't want to worry him over nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So you this little seaport, and you see that it's basically like a small orb, like a series of connected orbs that are kind of just floating on the top. They're kind of semi-translucent, but you see there's like a dock you can kind of pull up to the dock. And appears to be multiple, they've got like little docks connecting them all.
Can I?
Huh.
So hang on a minute. I'm in control of one of the dots, essentially, right?
Yeah, you're one of the docks. So you can pull up next to it.
There we go.
Seems we have arrived.
Nice work. I imagine there's like a sign that says like "Welcome to Respite," and
There's
like
not even a sign.
a sign. Oh, it's so small. It's so small. Okay.
There appears to be about 9 of these like floating orbs connected by dockways.
Cool.
Now
Oh,
then,
Do I
that's-
know anything about respite?
Mm.
Can I look something
Yeah,
up
if you want to
about
know
the
anything about
button?
respite, you feel free to give me a history check. With a 16, you know a little bit about respite. It used to be a very hostile environment, but it was recently kind of terraformed to a certain extent. There's not a lot of people here, but a few colonists have started to come out and try to make a living off of here, as the sea life here is very bountiful. Some of the sea creatures are even larger than spaceships, as the planet is mostly ocean. So there's a lot of fishing, and there's a lot of the colonists who have come here are kind of researchers, as they're curious as to what kind of exact oceanic life lives here.
Oh my god.
But it's fairly unexplored.
I'm gonna like stare out at this tiny encampment and like look at Ish and be like, Ish,
Yeah, what's up?
I think we can make some money here.
Doing what?
Well, we've got a fully stocked bar, not enough people to drink it. I think we can actually be just a floating bar, like a traveling bar.
I'm down. Oh, can I be the bouncer?
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually why I asked you.
Okay. And she's immediately gonna stand by the door and look really tough.
Okay.
And she's gonna question everyone, including the crew, why they're there. Very intimidating.
Including the crew. Do y'all want to try to make some money here and like try to sell some of our alcohol?
Damn it, sell the alcohol, what? That's not what you do with alcohol, you drink it. You gain these other things to get more of it.
Yeah, but I'd like some actual money on the side, you know?
Isha's gonna run up to Captain and say, Captain, we can sell it to Johnny.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I'll tell you what. You can sell everything except for the rum.
Okay. Deal.
Beautiful.
All right. So do you guys go onto the docks?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
All right. So again, there's about 9 of these little floating orbs connected by docks. It seems that the orbs, now that you're kind of a lot closer to them, it looks like they're almost filled with water.
Interesting.
Wait, they're little?
They're big. They're huge.
Yeah.
They're like house-sized.
Well,
Can I
it's
touch
okay.
it?
Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
you can touch the orb. It appears to be made like thick glass, thick tempered glass.
I'm gonna poke it with my hammer.
You hear a tink, 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 and as you tap on it, there like a little like what you thought was just part of the door frame like lights up with the message that says, "Please do not tap on glass."
I think that might be a some sort of research orb for
Is
the
there, any,
wonder.
are there any openings where I can just plunge my head in?
Yeah, there's like a door, but it's like sealed shut. And the sign above it appeared, "Please do not tap on glass." If you're like going towards the door, if you're like at the door, Johnny, you hear like a gurgling sound, like something's being drained.
Is it like an aquarium on top of a planet made of water?
Perhaps the indigenous life here are water breathers.
It's
Or
a good
the
thing we have a
researchers.
wet bar. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
That was a good joke.
Thank you.
All right. So after another moment, you hear like the gurgling stop, and then the door in front of you go slides down into like the floor of the docks, and before you see this massive. It's not a Vect, so you don't see any robotics, but it's like a suit of armor connected, and like there's a front-facing glass pane that looks like it's got some kind of liquid solution behind it. And a speaker comes on, and it says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, sorry, just visiting. I'm wondering where everybody is.
Kind of like looks at all of you. Where everybody is.
Yeah, all the people?
Well, my name is Pathos, and I'm a resident here on this planet. We've been doing research here, me and my associates.
Research on what?
The ocean. Now, you guys, kind of clicks. This guy must be a nautilid. They are amongst one of the oldest races in the verse, but they're dying out as their star kind of boiled all the water off of their home planet, and so they kind of took their proper solution in their spaceships, which are basically both floating fish tanks, and they've been kind of seeking to find a new suitable homeworld, scattered colonies throughout the galaxy. And so it seems that a group of them are living here, doing tests and research on this vast ocean.
Huh. Interesting.
We are what some might call tourists. If there is anything of interest for guests here, we would be interested in seeing it.
Well, we've never gotten guests here before. However, the waters here can be quite fascinating.
Well, I think Johnny and I could probably look without much problem. But my friend's a bit rusty, and the other one needs to breathe.
That is indeed
Yeah.
problematic. I breathe a very specific solution in my aqua suit, and therefore do not need oxygen.
Why
You
don't
have
you just-
one of those, but the opposite?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Hold on, Joker.
Perhaps we could try, but you will have to sign a liability waiver first.
It's up to you, Ish.
What can go
I
wrong?
don't know. Breathe in water? Why not?
Hold on a moment. I will attempt to find something in your size. And you see he kind of walks over to another like orb and doesn't tap on the glass, but kind of just puts his hand on, like, his gloved hand on the side, and like there's like a pressure sensor you guys wouldn't have known was there, and a couple minutes later you hear the same gurgling noise as it appears to be like an airlock kind of thing drains, and another one comes out in a suit, and they have a brief conversation, and it's a little hard to understand, but he goes and another one walks back in. You hear the gurgling sound again as it fills up, and a few minutes later they come out with an empty suit. Appear to have somehow extracted the water, and they offer it to Ish.
Okay. She's gonna look at it, and I guess she's like gonna try to put it on. Is there a zipper?
So it's vacuum sealed. It's the water is supposed to like push, like provide like the suspension, so it kind of just like glues to like real tight to you. Like some of the pieces are a little big, but like all like the rubber tubing on the arms and stuff, it's like a wetsuit almost. And they have an oxygen tank laying around, and they kind of like screw it in. So where you see they have like filters on their suits, they just screw in an oxygen tank for yours. But before they even let you in the suit, they make you sign a piece of paper. It's actually it's like a data pad. It just says, "We are not responsible for any bodily injury and/or death that may occur on attempt of this scientific experiment."
And she's gonna sign, "Fine, just this once." That's it. She's not putting her name on it.
They deem it acceptable. And you're in a suit.
Yes, and I'm definitely standing like this. I'm so uncomfortable.
Uh-huh.
I don't like things clinging.
Well, it's very clean. But it's like in like the shoulder joints and like the knees. It's loose because those are made out of metal. It's a weird fit.
So I also feel like her hammer's on the ground right now too. So she's gonna try to like bend down and pick it up without like bending weird things.
Yeah, like you're able to finagle it. It's not a good grip though. The gloves are a little too big.
I'm just so uncomfortable.
Right.
Okay, I'm ready.
There's actually like in the center of this dock, it's like it would be considered like a fountain type thing, but there's appears to be like a stairwell that just kind of goes down.
It's just going in.
Okay.
I'm not equipped for this, right? There's no way I could do this.
I mean,
How
Maybe
do
we-
vect?
I feel like I'm like waterproof enough I won't glitch out, but also it would not be good for me.
we could wax you. Just like buff it out.
Yeah, you're like you have a closed circuit. You can be out in the rain, like you have like washers and stuff, but you are a little you know that if you went down here, you'd have to seek treatment for your rust sooner rather than later.
Maybe we have like an
Instead of
extra.
putting it off indefinitely, you'd have to get it taken care of within like the next month or so.
Maybe we could use like an extra large spacesuit kind of thing.
No, it is all right. I need to get this rust taken care of eventually anyways.
Well, hang on a minute. If there's lot of scientists, why don't they just de-barnacle him here?
Maybe. I mean,
This
they
is
might
true.
be able to do that. I don't know the process, but maybe.
You
And
do
they
have your own robotic suits that are immune to the effects of the ocean.
Yes, we have created a special solution with which we coat our suits to prevent rust. You, however, already have rust. Therefore, we would need to remove the rust before applying the treatment solution.
Logical. It is fine.
Perhaps we could make
I
an
wish we
arrangement to
experienced the
remove
water.
the rust afterwards.
That would be wonderful. That is what I will do.
They kind of like it's like a kind of like a half body nod. Is like the face portion? It's just kind of like an eye that moves, like the little porthole. And they kind of like lead you guys down this like stairwell into the ocean. Y'all follow?
Yeah.
This
I feel like Ish
reminds
is
me.
Gladly.
This reminds me of another time under the ocean. That was weird.
So strange. Now, you guys walk down this stairwell and you see that this part of the ocean that this encampment is in actually isn't too terribly deep. The sunlight is able to penetrate down far enough because there's 3 suns, so it is really bright down here. But you're able to see like an ocean floor. Like they chose a shallower portion of this ocean, and it is covered in what appears to be like a coral garden. You see all types of different like algae and kelps and seaweeds and all sorts of like little fishes swimming around down here by the ocean floor. There's some eels and all sorts of interesting ocean life that I know Ish probably has never seen. It's a very unique and surprisingly colorful experiences. It's pretty much just all blue up top, but you go underneath and it's actually quite colorful down here. The nautilids, they have like a little like display, like a little like basically like a whiteboard but water for underwater, and they'll basically like take you on like a tour, and like they just keep like shaking like an Etch-a-Sketch and then writing new things on, like telling you about like the different types of coral and stuff. And it gets a little sciencey, like it's a little boring, but that's pretty enough down here that you're not too terribly bored. A few fish come up and swim up to each of your faces, and like a couple of them try to like nibble off the rust on Junker. They're like, "What's this?"
I
You
feel
get
like
a couple like a Placostomus is just sticking to you.
I feel like Ish is trying to catch the fish that are eating the rust off Junker.
There's so much it's so much harder to move underwater. You're so much slower. You don't understand why you can't catch them.
I'm getting really frustrated, so then I'm just gonna start slow motion stomping.
It is
There's like
okay. You do not need to be angry for me.
Angry for you? I'm angry for me.
Oh, carry on then.
Thanks, man.
And there's like an octopus that kind of scoots out and it's very curious about the lot of you guys. It's not as coming up to Ish as Ish is stomping all around, and Ish looks very similar to the nautilids, but like a really emaciated nautilid right now. Just based on how the suit fits. But it's very curious about Johnny, Lysander, and Junker. It's just like, exploring everything, like walks up. It's very curious.
I'm gonna
And then-
let my hair just kind of go
Mhm.
out like it's.
The
Like its
Nautiloids like
legs
lift up the
are.
sign and say, "This is Harold."
Harold.
Harold.
Hi, Harold.
Harold
It's
is
nice to meet you, Harold.
Harold doesn't appear to understand you, but it's very friendly, like a friendly house cat, basically. Like they kind of like.
Oh, I'm going to cast light on a pebble
Uh huh.
and then throw it to Harold.
Yeah, Harold will go like Harold doesn't catch it, but he watches it fall. Then he goes over and looks at it. He's very confused as to how this thing is lighting up.
Harold, do you know what a Nautilid's favorite letter is? C.
You see like some bubble chuckles come up from the Nautiloids, but Harold doesn't seem to get it.
Oh god.
Now we are friends.
Oh gosh. This wholesome robot.
I feel like while Harold is looking at the rock, Ish is gonna take this opportunity to attempt to sneak up on Harold.
Okay, give me a stealth check at disadvantage.
Oh no!
Hard to be stealthy in a fish suit underwater. 6. So Harold definitely sees you coming, but it's like when you go over to like your friend's house, the friend that has the really skittish cat, and it like kind of like walks away, but it doesn't like completely run away. It's still like watching you, so he just kind of like inks a little and gets back.
Inking freaks me out. I'm gonna walk the other way.
Yeah, this thing made a black cloud and kind of drifted away a bit. It was weird. After about probably about an hour down here, just giving you the tour of this coral garden and like little pets that they have. Harold being the main one, apparently. This underwater garden. You actually see a rather large shape, kind of like just drift by in the distance. And they shake the sign and then they write on it and they said, "Don't go near those. They will eat your ship."
Johnny will.
Ish is gonna walk up and take the marker and erase the board and say, "What are they?"
We call them leviathans.
Oh. That's
and then it kind of like shakes the etch a sketch again, and then you see it draws like it says to scale on like the top, and you see like a dot, and it says you, and then you see like a bigger dot, and it says your ship, and then you see this large oval, and it says Leviathan.
okay. Wow.
I'm gonna walk up to the captain and go, "Can we keep it as a pet?"
I'm gonna point at the octopus.
And I'm gonna point at the Leviathan.
No.
I mean, I've had a kraken as a pet before. Johnny says, completely unhindered by the sea around him.
It's a really nice coral reef they got here. It's kind of interesting that they're able to like make a garden out of it. Not seen that before.
Yeah, raking it, that's interesting. Yeah. Could, you know. It's kind of the token of the Pirate King back on wherever the hell I was. But eventually one of them things, that octopus thing, it sucked me off the edge. I had to go somewhere else.
One of these things is why you are here?
Yeah, big one.
Like how big? On a scale of that small dot to that very big dot.
Probably closer to the very big dot.
Interesting. Should we be afraid of those? Are they common? Should we
Oh.
get back to our ship quickly?
Not really, they're fine, mostly. Just have a nice conversation with them, they'll be fine.
The two Nautilus kind of like looking at each other. The one goes, and they kind of look back.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And then one of them kind of holds up a fit, like points upwards, and then points to Ish's air tank.
Mm.
And she's gonna look under her armpit and go, what?
I'll
I
check the
believe
level
they are
on it.
saying you are low on oxygen.
Yeah, it is. It does say, like there's like a timer of how many minutes are left. It's about like 20 minutes left.
Oh, we got time.
It was like a 10-minute walk down here.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a bit of time, but probably should start slowly heading back up now. Very slowly. Don't want to get the bends.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys make your way up. Do you think that's probably one of the reasons they made the staircase spiral instead of making just a ladder? It's because it take you more time to kind of get up there and acclimate. So the pressure changes and all that. So you guys get back up to the top of the docks, and oh my goodness, so much hype in the chat.
Where's all this hype coming from?
Oh no, but we're excited about it. So, you guys make it back up to the top of the docks on this floating scientist research station, apparently, and on respite. And you see that there's, it's a little bit later in the day, like one of the suns is starting to set, and there's just the other two out now. You see a couple other nautilids are kind of milling about the docks. Like one of them is taking like samples of the water, and another one's like adding a couple drops of solution to it. They're basically doing very sciencey stuff on the docks.
Nice.
Can confirm that is science.
Is there anybody who looks just like a little bit sketchy?
Not really here. No, they seem to be all a bunch of nerds.
They're wholesome
science.
nerdluses.
Wholesome nerd nautiluses. Nautilus scientists.
Nerdfish.
Nerdfish.
Nerdfish. Well,
Well, this has certainly been an interesting experience. I'm happy that we stopped here.
it's been
tell
educational
me.
and peaceful, and we didn't make any money.
Can
No.
I take off the suit
Is there
now?
anything that you need done?
Yeah, they help you out of the suit once you're onto the docks. It takes them. It takes like 5-10 minutes to get the suit off because there's a lot of like pressure valves they have to slowly undo to like make sure you don't like get any swelling or anything when you're reacclimated to the pressure. And they take the suit off and they hand it back to one who got it out, and they walk back into their airlock. Liquid fills back up. They go in their home. They went by as like the airlock's filled up.
I actually want to ask them
Wait.
before they go back,
Mhm.
and I think Junkar has a question too. I want to ask them if they know of any coordinates to planets that there's more recreational activities going on.
You see one of them kind of like scratches. It's like one of its valves, like kind of like twists its valve, like kind of like a thinking motion. You see like a couple, you hear like bubbling on the inside, like that's its thinking mode. And then another one like puts its finger up, like 1 moment, and it like looks up like a data pad. It looks like it's scrolling. It looks like it is trying to look up like a resort website for you.
Like, if you weren't nerds, and I'm not saying you are, but if you weren't, where would you go?
Basically. All right. So it looks like it shows you like a map of the galaxy, which I will put into Roll20 next week. But it looks like ran out of time to prep today. There is a planet not too terribly far away. It's not in the direction of the job like Malachor 5. However, it is a brief jump away. You'd have enough fuel to get there into Malachor 5 before, and then head to a spaceport without running out. It's apparently an elven resort world. apparently, like, it's got like a little review thing on it. It's like Elven Resort World. Inhabitants only number a few thousand. However, it is a huge tourist destination, and it is currently the beginning of tourist season.
Okay.
There's that option.
Excellent.
I'm easy, really. I mean, we didn't
No.
get given a timeline.
This is
Uh,
true. Is there any work that you would like done? We are operating a transport ship. We run a completely legitimate business. And like his eye thing glitches for a second. That's completely unintentional.
All right. They kind of think, they kind of like look for a second, and then they kind of just shrug, like, I don't know. But one of them kind of like punches out onto the data board, a request, like a requisitions request that needs to be delivered to. If you find a Nautilus fleet, they would be greatly appreciative if you could deliver basically this requisitions form requesting more supplies and specific scientific materials be brought here.
Okay.
Thank you
Sounds-
very much.
Efficient side quest.
Excellent. So, we weren't really given a timeline, but my fear is that we're going to keep running out of credit for fuel if we don't get it done eventually. So maybe let's work on this Manda thing first, and then afterward we'll hit up some nice places. What do y'all think?
Sounds good to me, but I mean, whatever happened to the bar idea?
Well, it died when these people don't drink down here, so.
Lame.
But we have plenty of time to be a traveling bar on the side, where we actually find people who do drink something other than water.
Yeah, you don't think alcohol would mix too terribly well in the Nautilus systems.
Probably not. They probably have their own sort of like psychotropic fungus or something. Their little fish mouths.
All right, so you guys want to travel towards the fourth moon of Malachor 5?
Yes.
Pick up the Manders.
Do jobs get paid?
Getting us some Manders.
I mean,
Good
it's just starting to feel
strategy.
like
Hey, so we can go on more fun trips like this one.
just starting to feel
Enjoy
more like
our time together.
more and more like normal work. Maybe we should try and take over this business instead.
Oh, Junker, you're a beautiful creature if you thought this was fun. I'm going to show you how to have so much more fun.
I would like that.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys get back into the ship. Johnny, you gonna pull the ship out into space again and do a jump?
You are correct.
All right.
And an 11, bit rocky.
Yeah, you're able to get back out into the atmosphere, out of the atmosphere. It's real rocky. You're not. It's got to be some type of force field or something.
Yeah, is there any way I could give him assistance on that? Because we had some trouble getting into the atmosphere.
Yes, if
Like-
you wanted to help him as well, you
Yes.
can give a piloting roll, and I'll take the average.
Thank you.
All right, so
Nice.
it starts to be a bit bumpy, and you're like, oh, you had problems with the wind, and you kind of like. There's actual buttons that have to do with piloting that aren't just the wheel, and you push those buttons, and it's amazing how much smoother the atmospheric descent goes.
Like, just doing everything on full speed cruise.
Yes, basically. And it gets much smoother. Now I need. Now, are you? You're doing another jump? Another.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right. Now let's see. I don't think you have astrogation as a spell. So we're gonna, it's gonna be another innocence jump. Give me 2d100.
78.
All right. So the 78, you are near target. You're in the Malachor 5 system. However, you see that the moon that you're going towards is about 10 to 15 minutes sublight travel away. So you gotta kind of like cruise on over to it, but it doesn't take too terribly long. And before you know it, you are in orbit of the fourth moon, Malachor 5. Now, you're looking at this, and it appears to be a very swampy, boggy, marshy planet. The sky is kind of swirly with atmospheric gases. This also appears to be very uninhabited. Very marshy, very swampy. It's basically like Dagobah, essentially. So, you try to land the ship down there?
You know it.
Alright. Roll me that sailing check.
Just realised as well, as a bard, I should have some spells.
Probably should.
Oh! Just on the wrong side of the line.
Just on the wrong side. So, it's another bumpy
You did a very
descent.
good job last time. Perhaps you should help again.
It starts to get real bumpy again, and you're totally able to push more buttons to try to aid the descent. So desire.
Yeah, why not? Might as well. He has trouble with this this foggy atmosphere.
It's like it's the in and out of descent from atmospheres. He's fine like once he's down there or once he's in space. It's this transitionary period he seems to struggle with. It's still kind of a rough landing, but you guys don't get stuck in the swamp.
Oh, that's better than.
Able to land and not just get like nose stuck in like this in the swamp, which is what would have happened.
Nice.
Now you like, as soon as the door opens, you just smell this marshy bog. It's damp and musty. It's slight rotten egg smell in the air. Like a little sulfur bog. The air, it's real humid and warm here as well.
Well, sally on and tarry forth. Let's go and hand over some, what did you say they were called? Newts?
Mandas.
Manders. Beautiful.
Get us some manders.
Are we meeting someone to collect manders, or are we just supposed to hunt them in
You're
this
supposed
swamp?
to meet
I
someone.
suppose I was unclear.
Yes, we're supposed to meet somebody.
Let's go find them.
Yeah, let's do that. Don't know where though.
That is an excellent question. So,
Did any of you
how do you begin to look?
happen to spot a lagoon on the way in?
There were several, I
Well,
think.
a lagoon with a waterfall. There's always a hidden cave behind a lagoon waterfall.
I'll trust you on that one.
Give me like a survival check if you're trying to look for any kind of civilization.
Sure.
All right. Donnie, you're looking around, and let's see. You also see this, Lysander, and you guys both see that there is what appears to be like tracks, like there's like a section of swamp that's like kind of cleared out more, like kind of path-like.
All right. That sounds good.
Well, that's easy enough then, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm gonna summon Stargoyle to my arm. It's this little starlight pseudo dragon.
All right, you guys kind of follow this path into the marsh, and before you know it, you come across like a shanty. And it's pretty run down. It kind of looks abandoned, but you see that there's like a couple of lights kind of flickering, like on the inside.
I hope the music that I'm
Arresting.
hearing is the music that everyone hears in real life.
What music?
Would you like
Is
me to
Ish
sing again?
with them? Is Ish with everybody?
Yeah,
Like, do I
unless,
see
unless
this-
you wanted to stay back at the ship.
No, I'm good. I'm going.
Okay.
I'm gonna go bang on the door.
All right. How hard do you bang on the door?
A little bit harder than normal people do, because sometimes I forget I have muscles.
It happens. It happens to the best of us, you know? So
Contain
You
your guns.
you knock on the door. And like you like break a hole through, like one of the boards just snaps off.
I'm gonna casually turn around and start walking away and say, "Hey guys, we gotta go."
As you say that, the door behind you opens and you see an amoeboid stick its face out.
And I'm gonna immediately turn around and I'm gonna point at Junker.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, an amoeboid is an intelligent, vaguely humanoid-shaped translucent ooze. Like, it's kind of just, like, sticks its head out, looks around, and it sees you all standing there. It comes around, it's got, like, a laser shotgun. And it says, "All right there now, what are you guys doing on my property?"
Hello, friend! We're here for Manders.
Manders, there ain't no man. There's no Manders here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but if there were, and we had a friend who happened to have a thumb in a lot of things.
I mean, I got a lot of thumbs, and you see like just a bunch of thumbs appear out from the sides of his amoeboid, like hand.
That's
holds
so
up.
weird.
I mean, what kind of thumbs what kind of thumbs we talking about here?
Do we have the right place?
Probably the kind that might make your toes touch your knees. Tony's.
Give me a persuasion check.
I think we're gonna get shot, y'all.
I believe he means Tom knees.
Ooh, Tommy Thumbs? I might know a Tommy Thumbs there. Why didn't you all, you working with Tommy? It's been
Yeah.
a while since he's sent somebody down here. I don't get a lot of visitors these days.
Look, we're not the guards. We'd have to tell you if we were.
Oh, unless you were undercover. Had some of those guys about 6 months ago, and let's just say they're under a lot more cover right now, if you know what I mean.
Well, if we were undercover, you've just blown it, so we might as well be friends.
That's true. You said you're here for the Manders then.
That's right.
All right, but why didn't you come around the back?
Sure. Why not? It's gonna be the
Anything-
easier way.
like steps back inside for a second. It comes out with like a straw hat on him, and he's still got his laser shotgun with him, but he's uncocked it, and he goes, "You never be too careful out here in the swamp," and he leads you around back, and it's the marsh, it's a swamp, but then he like walks over to a tree and pulls a specific tree branch, and you hear like gears turning, and up from like this pond that's in his backyard, you see like shapes begin to rise up and out of it, and you see that there is a salamander pin.
Huh.
You never be too careful these days, you know. Salamanders are highly regulated, so you know, when you transport these fellers, you gotta make sure to keep them moist, and remember, they're allergic to customs.
Like social customs, or
No,
the kinds that you...
like the checkpoint ones.
They're allergic to customs?
And by allergic, I mean you'll get arrested.
Oh, that makes more sense. I thought they might break out in hollies or something. Huh.
Well, they don't like the process either. Then, you know.
I'm very good at convincing people not to arrest me.
Right. Well then, how you see? Yeah, for the regular size shipment of manders, then you got also remember to be very careful. Do not handle them with your bare skin. They're extremely psychotropic and hallucinogenic.
Oh. Okay.
I hope you all brought gloves.
Probably have a few spare spacesuits on the ship.
Well, he'll be all right. And he kind of points at Junker.
Oh, great.
Ish is gonna say no need and pull her sleeves over her hands.
Oh God.
I don't know how you guys work. I just know you're not supposed to touch it with your skin. So, that's the wrong answer. Oh, I don't know how you guys are supposed to do it there. I don't know how skin works. I just see things all the time. I'm constantly tripping. So I just kind of absorb everything I touched, and it's great life.
Whew.
Perhaps you should let me handle this, Ish. I assure you that
No, I think we got it here. We're all good. And he kind of like wades through the swamp, and you see like there's like in his form there's kind of like some sticks and twigs hanging like poking out a little bit. He kind of like steps over into the mander pen, and these are they're about 2 feet long, like 6-legged salamanders, and they're kind of bluish pink. Like they're blue, but they got like pink bellies and like pink like hands, and like the underside is pink, and they got yellow eyeballs, and he picks one up, picks another one up, and he kind of like picks him up by like the scruff, like you would a cat, and he just holds him out to Junker.
Oh my.
I mean, I'm half fish. I wonder if they work the same way on me, and you're half, fairy or something, Lysander. You're something hairy, at least. Maybe we can just touch it and just see if it affects us or not.
I'm okay. I'm fine to not do that. But if you wanted to, I would probably drive the ship.
Well, if he gets to touch it, I want to touch it.
Oh Lord, don't do it. Please don't. Don't touch this. Just don't. How many of these are we transporting?
You see, there's several dozen here. He goes, about the usual, about a dozen.
Okay. And where do they go from here? Do they go back to the?
No, he should have given you a slip of paper. He normally does.
Oh yeah. Okay. Still have that slip of paper then. We just knew that we were going to Malachar 5, so I guess we can plug in the coordinates.
Like a planet. It's just coordinates for the next.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right then. So I got about you're probably gonna have to make a couple trips to and from your ship if you're gonna be carrying about a whole dozen there, unless each takes a couple.
I'm okay to make a couple trips. That's
Let
okay.
me in.
All right, little lady, I'll load you right up there. And just come step right over here, and he kind of like picks two up by the scruff, and he goes, "Whoa, it's a good one." And he kind of hands you two. Now, they're very slimy, and so it kind of soaks through your shirt. And I'm gonna need you to make me a Constitution saving throw with advantage, though, because you have it's not touching your skin directly. 13. All right. With a 13, you're like, it's all tingly. These like wherever these like things like kind of sleep through in your skin, it feels real tingly and nice.
Whoa, guys, you gotta try this.
Oh god. This is fine.
I'm just gonna take my little finger.
What are we expecting here?
I'm just gonna lick my little finger and just touch one.
Okay, roll me a con save.
Ooh, flat 12s.
Feels real tingly. You can touch it with just your finger, but you feel it tingles kind of like in your whole hand.
Ooh. It's potent.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
you
that
done-
is definitely
you
going to
done
affect me.
touched them. You should probably be getting back to your ship before they take full effect. You got about 20 minutes there before the real side effects kick in. And you probably don't want to be wandering in the swamp when that happens.
Well, if we're gonna do it in one run, then you might as well load me up. Go on, chuck us a couple more.
Alright, then, Hesta. Yeah, I'm real enthusiastic about this, guys. Alright, so he loads. If all three of you carry 4 each, you can make it a one trip. Because I know Captain Lysanders.
Got it.
Captain is not gonna carry one. I think Captain is gonna need to drive the ship.
Alright, so
That seems like a good idea.
Ish is gonna take one and put it around her neck, like a decorative.
we'll make it some con saves with the ship. It's real tingly. Whew.
Yeah. Send Junk R back for the second batch while we secured.
Well, if Johnny
and
Ish
Ish.
and Junker each carry 4, you can make it in one trip.
Oh, okay. That works. Great.
What?
And then
Right.
we're just gonna put them in a room together
he
or
hands
apart.
you like
I don't know.
like a 5-gallon bucket kind of thing with a lid on it, like a spritzy thing. He's like, just make sure you keep them moist with this solution there, and they won't dry out on your ship.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Hope to see you again sometime.
Same. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. It has been excellent working with you.
Yeah, don't tell anybody I
way.
live here.
It's lovely to meet you, unnamed associate. May we forever stay as such.
Gonna not say anything.
By the way, friend,
Oh yeah,
why did the amoeboid return home?
why?
Because he missed his maw.
Ha! Yeah, that's a real funny one, dear. I was gonna say he got his restraining
Thank
order
you for
lifted, but that was the wrong answer.
Oh. I will take that into consideration the next time I tell this joke.
I think your version was better.
Corrupting the Vect. No.
He guy wipes you guys off.
Pleasure doing completely legitimate business with you.
That's a great attitude to have right there. Hopefully see you again later.
So, yeah.
Bye, Manders.
Bye.
Bye now.
Oh,
All
those
right. So
poor
you guys
Manders.
make it back to the ship, and as you guys make it back to the ship, where do you put these Manders?
Well, if they need to stay moist, you might as well put them in my room. Do I have a room yet?
Rick, you're a water genasi. Right. Perfect. Yeah, you know what? Let's just put you in a room. We'll put Ish in a room. Y'all can live out your trips there, check in on you periodically. I will leave Stargoyle in a room with Ish, just to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, I will need Ish and Johnny T from all this extreme contact you've had with these. mutated above ground newts deemed extremely really psychotropic salamanders need con saves at disadvantage for the quantity that you have touched in this short amount of time. All right, nat 1, so 4 and a 4. You both are there. You can taste colors and smell feelings. It's so strange.
I am the ship.
Yeah. You can like,
She's just gonna slowly push herself against the wall.
yeah, you can also like smell time and hear like energy. It's real crazy.
I just imagine like I can use my action to see through Stargoyle's eyes to see what it sees. And I just imagine these like sort of cut out montage clips like from The Hangover or the other guys where it's just Ish doing crazy shit around the room.
It's all just in her room, but she's having like the greatest adventure of all
Awesome.
time just in her head.
Is the door locked?
The
Can
question
I
is,
get out?
can you get up to the door? Like maybe let's roll me actually a d8, please.
I don't think we would have. I wouldn't have locked the door because like
Yeah. Well,
If
it's
you need to
whether
go to the
she's
bathroom or
coherent
something, it's
enough
just-
to stand up and walk to the door. In
Yeah,
3
that's true.
hours, you will be able to remove yourself from the floor in order to reach up and open the door. Hey, it would like a d8 from you as well, Johnny.
How long is this trip?
These are highly illegal and sought after.
So Johnny is lying on the floor saying, "It's all right, Lysander. I can do the warp thing with my mind."
Yep, I got it.
You'll be this way for 2 hours, Johnny,
I got this.
and then you'll be functional but still high, essentially.
So what am I rolling
Steer the ship.
to make? Yeah, well, I'm gonna make the jump to the next coordinates.
Can I,
Okay.
before, like, I know it's a slight redaction, but before I become completely catatonic, can I put one of the salamanders in one of the kegs of rum?
Yes. Well, you don't really have a keg, but you can definitely like get a bowl and pour the rum out, and then kind of just put a salamander in it.
That'll
The
keep it
bowl
on.
will not stay full if Johnny is piloting the ship, for certain. Everything
Yeah.
seems to fall over here very often.
All right.
I've got.
So,
the plan
Give me a
right
piloting check to get back into space,
now. Sure.
and then we'll do your jump check.
There you
You're able to get up into the atmosphere without it being too bumpy. It's a little disconcerting because of all the swirling mist, and like you can't quite tell when you're about to break into space till you break into space. So it's a little bumpy, but nothing that anyone has to make dex saves for. So for you're going to these coordinates. I would like you to give me 2d100, please.
are. 2d100. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Give me 1 second. There we go. There you are.
Let's see.
Just roll one at a time.
38. Awesome. All right. So with a 38, all right, you type in the coordinates, but there's like you notice that there's like basically the buttons pops on that says emergency, but like parking brake still on, and you only jump halfway to your destination.
Whoops.
Come out of space.
It's been a while since I piloted.
Mm-hmm. So, like, you're kind of just floating in space. You're like this. Oh,
Can I
Roll that.
deliriously shout encouragement?
yeah. You could definitely. How do you shout encouragement?
I don't know, but I've got it must have been a tool because I've renamed it this.
I think that's
I don't know what it is, but I nat 20'd it.
not 20 to. I think I want to say that's like a your captaining like persuasion check. We'll say it's like your inspirational speech. So you hear this string. What kind of inspirational speech do you give, Captain Lysander, from your reinstatement room? You just like turn on the intercom, like you push the button, and what words of encouragement? Do you
Be whoever you want to be. You are a land lover. You just gotta be the things you want to be using the force of nature that you are. Always blink twice before making a warp. And don't leave the parking brake on.
These words come through, inspiring you
He's learning so fast.
for your next jump. So, if you could please roll me 2 more D100, and we'll add a D10 to
Sure.
for inspiration.
Okay. Boop. Boop.
All right, roll me a D10. So we'll go with the higher, so that'd be 84. With an 84, you are perfect jump. You emerge exactly at the coordinates. You had that little hiccup with the parking brake there. Now, you are it's still kind of in the middle of space, but you notice you're near it appears to be kind of like an abandoned satellite station. Like it looks like it hasn't been touched in years. But one little red light on the station is blinking.
Okay. Head toward that.
Okay, so you kind of like ease it in kind of closer. Now you notice that that little blinking red light is on a camera. And that the satellite, while it looks abandoned and not in use, apparently is still transmitting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, kind of
How
pull
long
up.
do jumps take, like, relative to our time? Is it?
It depends on
or
how
much-
far you're going. I will have a better answer for you next week, as there's generic math involved.
Yeah,
and I
it's
haven't
just
quite
like
memorized it yet.
2 of our members are tripping balls right now, and we'll see
Yeah.
like how functional they are.
We'll say with that break in between, they're both semi-functional now. We'll say it's been a
Okay.
couple of hours.
Cool.
Between
Perfect.
that, just waiting at the satellite, because that's the coordinates. So they're both still kind of tripping balls, but they're able to stand up and walk around and do things. You can't quite like taste colors anymore, but the world's real pretty.
It might not last long because the first thing Johnny's going to do is check to see if the salamander made the rum stronger.
Yeah, I knew what he was doing. So the only way you're gonna know is if you taste it.
Oh, I can dip my finger in.
You think so? The salamander doesn't look very good. But you think?
Oh, I remember this. I take the squirty bottle and I start spraying stuff.
Looks a little refreshed. Looks a little less dehydrated after sitting in a bowl of alcohol for 3 hours.
Oh god, that poor thing.
There
Kinda
we
like crawls out like underneath the bed.
Oh god.
But you think this bowl, which is basically like a bottle of rum's worth, is definitely been made more potent with the natural secretions of the psychomanders.
Can I try and pour it back into the bottle? I'm probably high enough to think this will work.
Yeah, give me a acrobatics check. Yeah, you're able to get like, well, I'd say you're able to get like 2/3 of it back into the bottle.
Yeah, that's not
It's
too
not
bad.
that hard to pour into a bottle.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
The other third winds up on your shirt, and thus the skin to psychogenic contact kind of just puts you back into that tingly place. Not enough to quite knock you out again, but you feel real good. You can like see magic.
This is amazing. By next week, I'll probably be able to do spells with all this exposure to this stuff.
Probably. And so Dargoyle kind of lets you know that Ish is like able to peel herself off the floor at this point. What has Junkar been doing on the ship to occupy themselves while the captain's been driving and the other two have been just like on the floor?
I think Junkar would be trying to avoid the two high people, but make sure that he gets the newts as far away from them as possible.
Okay.
And into like the cargo bay and like locked away.
All right. Give me an investigation check, actually, Junker.
Oh no.
Oh no. A
12.
12. Yeah, you're able to find like a little like you find like a foot locker you think would be big enough to put most of them in.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll
not
get that one
terribly
last
active. So
Johnny soaked
Yeah.
in liquor.
can I like spritz that one a lot.
Uh-huh.
Give him an all like a nice spritzing. Put him in like this little foot locker that spans, a decent size bit of the cargo bay, and they're all kind of just like huddled together.
There you go. Nice and safe.
They kind of like little gills, and they just look happy at you. And you secured the manders, and before you know it, after waiting a little bit, you see another ship kind of come in. This ship actually looks very high class. This is a fancy ship. It is, let's see. It is, you would guess that the ship is elven in design, and it would say it's probably like a personal ship, but it's nice. It's very nimble and sleek, and like the windows are all tinted like in like a kind of a rainbow of colors. And they hail you. You see a little comms flare up on your dashboard.
Okay. I'll open communication.
You see an elvish gentleman. He's dressed in a kind of like a suit almost, and he says, "Yes, hello. This is Captain of the Sunhopper. Your ship is the completely legitimate."
Mhm.
And
Captain Lysander Fox responding.
excellent. Then you are, I believe, who I am supposed to be meeting in regards to picking up my shipment.
You'd be correct.
Excellent. I will initiate docking protocol then. See you shortly. And the comms close off, and you see like the long kind of tube come out from the Elvish ship and connect to your port. So that way there's oxygen flowing between the two ships, and basically things can be transported across. Takes a few minutes for that to happen. Johnny and Ish are probably stumbling around the ship at this point.
Yes, indeed I am.
Excellent. You hear a loud tunk as the magnetic seal triggers on the I want to say it's called an umbilical? I don't remember the exact name for it. An umbilicus. As the umbilicus, it's a long hollow cable that extends from one ship to another, allowing the transport of people and goods between the two without compromising the hull of either ship. It's required
Nice.
to board another ship, so it like latches onto your ship.
That sounded a bit like an anchor.
It did actually, oddly.
It's kind of like that. I'd like to try to hide a weapon on myself. Not super comfortable, but like this is a legitimate, unlegitimate transaction.
What do you need that for?
This is just in case.
Should I have one as well?
Well, you might name your daggers something else, but mine is called just in case.
I see. I apologize. I misunderstood. I will grab a suitable weapon. And you see him go.
He goes back to like somewhere in the cargo hold, and he comes back with a frankly massive hammer over his shoulder.
Oh,
Just
gosh.
like the actual like, it's just a big piece of scrap metal basically on the end of a big piece of scrap metal. That is like about half as tall as he is, just like the hammer part of it.
Do you think this will be sufficient?
More than that, yeah. Where are the bandists?
Yes. I put them in the cargo hold. I was concerned that Johnny and Ish might want to sample the goods again.
Fair enough. Let's go get that ready then.
I will retreat.
All right.
Retreat.
So you're able to like unlock the foot locker. Like they don't move a whole lot. They're not like super active, like scurry about salamanders. They're kind of fat and chubby, and they kind of like waddle a little bit with their little 6 legs, and but you're able to kind of like line them all up. They leave little ooze trails where they go, and you're kind of like mop that up before somebody licks it and gets all high again. And you still have like the 5-gallon tub of misting substance to keep them moist, and it takes a few minutes, but the doors open, and you hear like the hiss of as the oxygen kind of like the slight breeze as the two ships kind of find their equilibrium between the two, and you see a few people walking out, and that is where we're going to end for tonight's session, as you're about to complete your second business transaction of completely legitimate business.
It's very legitimate.
Very.
Entirely legitimate.
Any cargo that comes in here is completely legitimate cargo.
It is.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, that is technically correct.
The best kind of correct.
Well, everyone, here we are at the end. Thank you so much for coming along on this ride through the premiere of Completely Legitimate Business with us. Why don't we go round, talk about what our favourite part of today's show was, where we can find each other online, and all the wonderful things that we do. Why don't we go the opposite way around and start with Sassy with Sander?
Oh, so my favorite part about today's show, that's a hard one because I really liked all of it. I will say I think I really enjoyed, is it the Meeboid that had the Manders?
Yes.
And just that character as a whole really just like I loved it. Especially the sticks sticking out as he's like moving through. That was my favorite part. Places you can find me online, I am Sassy with Sander almost everywhere. I just released my YouTube channel where I do music mashups, so go check that out. Go YouTube Sassy with Sander and subscribe and listen and see if you like it. Thank you guys so much for letting me do this. I loved this.
Thank you so much, and also thank you so much for TVM Rock for coming in with that sub right at the end using Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Next around we have the wonderful Marcy Villain. Marcy Villain. I've never messed up your name before. There it was.
Marcy. Hi, everybody. My name is Marcy. My favorite part of this session was probably the Nautilids. My character's very disappointed that they didn't make any money or get any civilians drunk. But I really dig. I'm a certified scuba diver, and I appreciated the sort of attention to detail and like just the lovely peacefulness of the place. It was nice.
Yeah, perfect.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you. And we can also shout out the other channels you're on as well if you like.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm on the Phantom Roll booth, and I also am the GM for the Cypher System live play of Owl of Lycia. We're taking a brief break right now, but we'll be back soon.
Cool. And next around is the wonderful Not So Speedruns. Oh, hi.
Hello. This was super fun. I was very happy to be able to play Junker, and it was just a really fun character to play. I have a bunch of jokes and have like just a list of them. I had to improv one for the Nautiloids because I wasn't expecting any sea things, but it worked out. I was very happy. I love playing very wholesome characters, and this
So
robot is that, and I
wholesome.
can't wait for you to corrupt him terribly, or for the moment when you realize that he has been corrupt for some time.
It hurts. It hurts to corrupt this sweet being.
I'm
I love
looking
it. I
forward
love it
to
so much.
Is that bad of me?
And yeah, the whole thing with the Nautiloids was super great and peaceful. It's nice to just we're just starting off on vacation. That's really all it is. Also, even with that music playing, there was nothing in this world that could have prepared me for those or for that amoeboid sounding like Midwestern. Like, I was not ready for that. I was so not ready. I was expecting like a southern twang, a strong southern twang. I was not expecting that. It was incredible. I loved it. As for me, I'm Speedy. You can find me everywhere: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Not So Speedruns. I play a bunch of indie games and some tabletop role-playing games sometimes. You can also catch me on Encounter Roleplay on Fridays, where tomorrow at 8 p.m. we are premiering a campaign in Zweihander, in the setting of the Blood Plague. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. That character will be at least a little bit less wholesome as a barber surgeon. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. And last but most certainly not least, we have the wonderful Laugh Love Lindy. Lindy, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty spiffy. I had so much fun. I am enjoying this deep space adventure with you all, and I can't wait to see where it goes. I've got a better feel for your characters now, so I can start to plan more in-depth quests, jobs, and options for them to undergo and undertake. I didn't want to do too much in advance, because if you were all a bunch of wholesome junkers, it would have been like, okay, let me just throw that out the window. But you guys are totally down with completely legitimate business, and so that gives me a lot of fun things to work with. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it and had a lot of fun. I can't wait for next week and whatever shenanigans you guys will get up to then. Also, how this business deal is going to go down. But you can find me in the meanwhile online at Laugh Love Lindy on the Twitches and the Twitters, where I play and DM a bunch of tabletop RPGs. I think I'm in about 12 campaigns right now, so it's a lot. But if you want to see me DMing elsewhere, you should check out Encounter Roleplay on Tuesday afternoons, where I'm DMing a Call of Cthulhu campaign. We just started. We had our episode on early this week. And if you like spooky but still D&D, check out Mr. Ravenloft on my channel Tuesday evenings, where I basically take all the old 1st and 2nd edition Ravenloft modules and bump them up to 5th edition, and it's a lot of fun. So.
And so, Lindy, you made full time, right? You made full time? You're full time now. You do this full time?
I mean, I just play everywhere all the time. People say a game, and I'm like, where, when? Yes.
Because like I'm running a full time channel and I've got 15 shows. Like, if you're in 12 campaigns, that's full time.
They're all over the place.
Like, that's a full time job. Anyway, that comes back around to me. Oh, hi everyone.
Over the summer.
What?
I've cut back.
You've come back a little. God. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's little show. My favourite part, I think, I'm trying to think of another part because some people have said it, but no, it's got to be the amoeboid. I absolutely loved that thing. I genuinely thought we were going to get shot.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like...
This is very close.
Like,
oh, God.
I mean, yeah, you know, Johnny has a certain in-your-face, brash approach to things that usually pans out okay. Dice weren't quite with him today, but yeah, I thought we were gonna get shot. Anyway, this is my channel, you guys. Check out all the things. We have, if I can spell, social links. Go and check them out. We've got a Discord, a Twitter, and a YouTube. You can go and check out Discord. We're part of an inclusive safe space where you can talk about TTRPGs and other things, if I can talk. Twitter, send me a DM and I'll get you a game. We're running 5 viewer games a week, including 2 lots of D&D 5e, 1 lot of Monster of the Week, 1 lot of Ryutama, and 1 Cypher System. So if you want to get any of those games, go and check out the check out my schedule. It's in the Discord or it'll be on Twitter regularly, and send me a DM if you want a game. YouTube, this game will be up on YouTube in the next couple of days. We also have a Patreon. If you guys want to if you guys want to support me, you can do. One of the best places is through Patreon. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. Every dollar is very much appreciated. We also have merch available. If you want to wear the Academy crest around town or whatever, you can indeed do that. We have sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing, who are a publishing company that make modules in D&D, 5e, and other TTRPGs. And also we are sponsored by the creators of the Dark Matter system we're playing today, Mage Hand Press. If you liked it, you should go and click on those links, go and get a copy of your very own. We also have some other sponsors down in the panels. You guys can go and check those out. There are discount codes available at arrestavad.com, tabletoploot.com, and rootinc.com. The panels give you all the information. Go and check it out. Today we are going to take the love over to Madame Gandalf. Did I spell that right?
Yay.
No, I did not spell that right. Typing is a skill, okay? Like, I'm hot. There we go. Like, I'm really hot. This get up. It's pretty warm. Guys, thank you all so much. Keep on evoking emotions, and we will see you next week for more completely legitimate business. See you later. Bye.
Thank you.